He has nothing left to prove. I don't know. That was stupid.
Oh, my question's going to be great, though. Is there anything in particular you want to say about Cody, or just a generic throw?
I think.
I'll just give you a generic one.
All right. 1, 2, 3,
Ready?
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay.
Scotty, how about Cody Kopp? He's been impressive.
Cody Kopp has been very impressive this year. 3 wins in a row, 5 out of the first 8 races. He is on fire.
I'm glad you've finally taken a little bit of the blame for some of this stuff. Of ability.
Thanks. Thanks, Tree. Uh-huh.
I say that in my outside voice.
Brad Jones.
Okay. Oh, I didn't toss it to Kristen. I just went on to the Dunlop tires. All right, so I'll get a quick response out of Scotty about the youth and then to Kristen, or just forget Scotty and go to Kristen? Okay, all right. Okay, you ready? Well, the one thing about this singles category, Scotty, as you just pointed out, there are some strong young riders in this class. It's great to see the future of progressive American flat track is strong and set. For more on the youth of the sport, let's go back to Kristen. Okay. Got it. Okay. Ready. All right, Kristen, thank you. It is really exciting to see that the youth of this sport is so good and so fast. All right, Scotty, let's get ready for some racing. How about a Dunlop tire talk?
What about A11? I think he said. I think Ralph said sponsor presented instead of sponsored. Do you care?
I didn't say anything. I just said.
No, I think you did sponsor by. I think you said.
Oh, there.
I think you said presented by Kicker.
I did.
It should be sponsored.
Okay. All right, you ready? All right, well, we're going to go racing right after this, so stay with us. We've got the Parts Unlimited AFT Singles sponsored by Kicker coming up when we come back to Port Royal. I don't know. It's got to be a legal thing.
We need monitors.
Yeah, they're right on. I could use some Jameson if you got it. Hey, fireball. We need
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Mission Port Royal Half Mile, sponsored by Appalachian Harley-Davidson. I am Scotty Dibler, the voice of American Flat Track. Joining me in the booth is former number 62 and number 26 in the program, Mr. Tommy Doma. Tommy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Scott. Thanks for having me back in the control tower.
Look at this pretty scenery all around here.
You know, driving here, it looks like it's out west a little bit.
It's so beautiful. And look at this racetrack. Look at the drone shot right here. This is a beautiful kart racetrack, but we got motorcycles racing here tonight.
And they're going to go fast. The track looks great. It looks, they've got some moisture down. It's been cloudy all day, so I think we're going to have a great racetrack.
Tommy, I don't know about you, but when I grew up, I think of Pennsylvania, I think of sprint car racing, and the PA Posse in particular. But tonight, it's all about motorcycles, and there are a lot of riders who have roots, if not in PA, have moved to PA.
Yeah, you know, we were just talking just the other night that back in the day it used to be Ohio or Michigan, most riders, Illinois had a lot. But now, if you look, I think there's over 10 active AFT racers that hail from Pennsylvania.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's really amazing, and a lot of people have moved here. You look at Briar Bauman's moved here, of course, because his wife is here and family. But then you also think back, Chris Carr moved to Fleetwood, Pennsylvania from California. So a lot of them move here, and there's a lot of racetracks, mostly car racetracks, but they're good for bikes as well.
That's right. There is an awful lot of dirt tracks in Pennsylvania for sure.
We're just a little bit behind. We're supposed to be on the racetrack right now. They're actually still wheel packing it. There's a lot of moisture in that racetrack, Tommy. It looks really fast.
It's been cloudy all day, which is, I think, going to help hold the moisture in there, and hopefully we'll see some rubber put down.
I can't wait. So how's the jewelry business going? I want to talk to you about that before we get these bikes on the track. How's it going?
You know, people fall in love all the time. First time, second time, and sometimes even third times, which is okay, you know. The watch business is great. Can't get them, but what we get, we sell. So I'm thankful, blessed that we've got a great business.
And I love what you're doing. I think you started last year, maybe the year before, but the champions of each of the three premier classes get to design their own rings. I love that. So it's a one of a kind.
It's one of a kind. There's no cookie cutter design. We'll work with each one of the champions, and I'll present some kind of like basic styles. They want to do an oval top, a square top, a number one top, and then just get them talking, because obviously these guys are racers, they're not ring designers. I had the opportunity to be a racer first, then a jeweler, so I definitely work hand in hand with them and give them all the options. It's like, you know, do you want this Ferrari or do you want this Lamborghini? So give them this or that, and it tends to work out okay.
They get to pick and choose a little bit. So did you ever race here at this racetrack?
I have not raced at a racetrack. You know, coming over here, I was seeing all the road signs, and I know Middletown, York, Reading, and I think that's it back in the day for us.
Lots of neat tracks over there. You know, I was giving Corey a hard time, Corey Texter a hard time, because he was talking about, I gave him a hard time because of being good on a pea gravel track. Well, I thought there was a lot of them over here, but they're mostly car tracks like this. The pea gravel pretty much sticks to Ohio.
Right. There's 88 counties in Ohio, and there's 88 pea gravel tracks in the state of Ohio. They all had horse tracks. Yeah. I was going to tell you a story about York, PA.
Okay, let's hear it.
When I was a novice, this was 1977. There was 12 heats.
Wow.
And I read the heat sheet wrong. I thought I was in the 12th heat, first position. Here I was in the first heat, 12th position. I had to go home and tell my dad
that you missed your heat race. You didn't even get to run a heat race.
And here I'm focused, ready to go, and he thinks I'm playing around. That's why I missed my heat race.
So tell me this, Tommy. Were there any fast guys, or what fast guys come to mind back when you were racing about, they were from Pennsylvania?
Randy Texter.
Right.
God, I just got a bad memory.
Exactly.
I can't remember.
It's been a while.
Right.
Giving you a hard time. Yeah, you got Gary Nixon from Baltimore, not too far away.
Right.
Yeah, look at that. There's Briar Bauman going out there checking out the racetrack. Have you gone up to the racetrack? Did you go check it out?
I did. I was out there with a bunch of the different racers and trying to get their perspective from what it was last year. And pretty much everybody that I talked to said that they had trouble getting grip last year.
Really?
And I went back and watched last year's race, and you just seen a little bit of rubber coming out of 4 and coming out of 2, but they were still spinning up on it. So it really never got that grip.
It was a groove track, but a slippery groove.
Yeah.
And that's hard. That's hard to imagine. Usually, when the groove forms, it's really tacky, and that the grooves where you want to be to get the most traction. But we actually practiced here last year on the Friday, and it was rubber from the top to the bottom. Saturday was a little bit different, and today, like we've mentioned already, that there's been cloud coverage all day, so that's why the moisture is still on the racetrack. I think it could be blistering fast right now.
It looks like you should be able to go on multiple lines, whether you want to go in low, right at bottom, middle, or top, or high-low it.
First time in the booth with us this year. What took you so long?
Man, life was busy. I couldn't even go to Lima, which is my home race. It's like there was a family doing, and doggone, the family doesn't ask me what the AFT schedule is.
Well, you need it at the first of the year when the schedule comes out. Send it to your entire family, and then they can plan around your schedule.
That's
see?
right.
That's what we do in our family. Yeah, where's Scott going to be at? Well, we'll look and see where everybody's going to be at, and then they make plans around it. No, so the Lima weekend actually was the Dubler family reunion, and I haven't been to one, and I don't remember how long. So. Of course, that's always the last weekend of June. That's when we're in Lima.
And then my wife's birthday is June 23rd.
Oh,
so there are many years that she spent her birthday
at the racetrack.
Yeah,
absolutely. So you have a whole list of notes over there. Are we going to save those for later?
Yeah, I don't want to give all my ammunition away. Then I won't have anything to talk about.
I didn't know. I've got a lot of notes over here myself. So who's been the most impressive to you so far this season in any of the three classes?
For sure, I'd have to say Cody Kopp. The kid, when he's out there riding, he looks effortless. He doesn't, I see him at the podium, he takes his helmet off, and the kid doesn't even look like he's sweating. He's just packed with talent, so I'm excited to see that. But now the Max is back, and that whole class is stacked with talent. It really is. Reminds me of the old days.
Absolutely. What about the championship battle going on there? We see Corey Texter right there, the Bear. And him and Jesse Janish have one heck of a battle going on in Production Twins.
Yeah, I was talking to Corey earlier today, and he said that last year when he came into this race, he had a whole completely different mind thought about how to go just keeping maintenance because he had a big lead. And so then he started thinking big picture. He says this year, Jesse's riding great. Vincent Hines has got the Harley dialed in, and so he's a big competitor. And at that point, he says, I can't. He says, I got to race every race from this point out, just like I've got to win every one of them. No more maintenance.
What do you think about Corey stepping away from Flat Track? This is his last season.
Yeah, he's had a great season. I mean, a great career as far as time length, and he's got his cruise. He's going to put some time and effort into. I think, once you've made that decision, then I'm okay with it.
Super Twins are rolling up to the staging area. Look, they're all running the 68 plate to honor the fallen Ryan Barnes. I think that's awesome. They handed out several plates to all of the classes, but this Super Twins class, racing with heavy hearts today, and they'll have that 68 number plate on the front. I think that's awesome.
It is incredible.
I heard during the riders meeting that they can run that during practice and during qualifying, but before the actual semifinals start, they have to switch and put their plates back on.
Yes, and then it's going to be an awesome opening ceremony as well.
Absolutely.
Dedicated to the Varns.
So they're going to roll onto the racetrack right now. Don't have my practice groups here just yet, but we'll follow along as they come onto the racetrack. And it's, again, 68 on the front plates. They're going to have their regular side number plates on. They roll onto the racetrack right now. They'll drop on outside turn number 4, a little bit to the left where the camera's at right now. So that's there they are. They're rolling onto the racetrack. This will be the first time out. It's the first group of practice rolling onto the track. After the checkered flag drops, they will do a practice start on the back straightaway after they take the checkered flag. So bikes are on the racetrack for the very first time. It is the Mission Port Royal Half Mile, sponsored by Appalachian Harley-Davidson. And it looks like they're taking it nice and slow, which I don't blame them.
No, you gotta check it out, see what the dirt's like, if it's gonna spin up or. Yeah, you hate to crash on the first lap,
especially on the first lap. Exactly.
Yeah,
so
bad.
The 1 is Jared Meese. We got numerical order list here. The 3 is Briar Bauman, 32 Dallas Daniels, 95 J.D. Beach, 44 is Brandon Robinson, 20 is Jared Vandekoy, 37 Bronson Bauman, 67 Davis Fisher, 52 Shayna Texter Bauman, 92 is Brandon Price on a Yamaha today, 27 Robbie Pearson, and the 72, that's the worm Larry Pegram from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, from Ohio.
Yep.
And he's doing it for the old guys.
It's almost 50. It is 50.
Man.
Get up there with me.
That's young, man. 50.
Look at the young gun going around the 3 of Briar Bauman. Man, it's hard with all the 68 plates out there, but just trying to go off the rider style. But that looks like Dallas Daniels goes up to the top spot. Here comes Jared Meese dropping down to the middle of the racetrack. Briar goes way up to the air fence. Looks like he's not too comfortable yet. little bit slippery condition. Maybe your little reminder of Charlotte at the end of the season last year, and that's when he went down. So I don't blame him. Just taking it easy, slowly getting up to speed.
Yeah, his back end just
stepped
out there, right there, just trying to get a little more throttle.
That's Dallas Daniels right there going by the start-finish line, goes to the top spot. And just as I say that, Jared Meese goes to the top spot, 2.5.520. This is just practice right here. 1 round of practice, actually 2 rounds of practice for the Mission Super Twins. They get an extra round of practice since they're the premier class. There's the 44, Brandon Robinson, the Lima, Ohio winner. So did you get to watch Lima at Ohio? Did you have to go back and watch it?
I took my computer at the family doing, and I sat in front of the TV. I wasn't a very good guest, but you know, I didn't miss it.
But you were there.
I was in spirit.
There you go. All right. There's a look at the 3, Briar Bauman. He's
Van de Kooi up to second.
4th. Yeah, Van de Kooi. He's an Ohio rider. He's still looking for his first win. Tommy, do you think it's coming this year?
I thought it was happening last week or 2 weeks ago with Weedsport. Yeah, it's coming.
He's finished up there on the box the last couple of rounds. He's definitely working on it. Van de Kooi up to 6th in the point standings. Actually, he got 7th at Lima. Let me correct myself. He got 3rd at Laconia, 2nd at New York.
He went to the top of the leaderboard, 25-2.
Yes. So the truck is giving me a hard time saying I was looking at your notes, but Tommy's just going to laugh that one off. So he's playing it off. So they are allowed to stop and do a practice start on the back straightaway. They exit the racetrack right here at the exit of turn number 4. There's a chute coming out onto the racetrack. You can talk to the truck. That's all right, Tommy. Yeah, you can push that button right there. Talk to Brad. You guys have your own conversation. I'll just sit over here and talk to myself. Jared Van de Kooi at the top spot, 25.20. Jared Meese second, 25.222. Brandon Robinson third at 25.333. Briar Bauman is fourth at times disappear because the production twins are already rolling on the racetrack. Here comes some of the fast guys, and here's a look at the riders coming out. Again, it looks like we have 19 production twins, probably split up into 2 different groups, and a lot of them run that 68 front number plate.
They're all running the 68.
It looked like every one of them was that time by. Yeah, thanks to Pro Plates, Tim Handrich sent the plates over for our riders. There's the 68 on the front. The 1 on the side is Corey Texter.
Corey grew up on these types of racetracks.
So even back when you were racing, Tommy, you know, in the pit area, it's a family. The flat track family, they come together when needed. And that's what they're doing right here today to honor Rocky.
Absolutely. The celebration of life of the past couple of days has been incredible, sad, but also it just shows the community, the family, and the love that we all have for one another.
Was it always like that, Tommy?
Yeah, even back in the day.
Yep. So I remember when I was racing, which was after you stopped. I don't think we ever raced against each other, but you know, if I needed a 48-tooth sprocket, I could go to my neighbor right next door, and they would, if they didn't have it on their bike, they'd let me use it. You know?
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter anything like that, right? That's just one for instance.
Corey gave his spare bike to Brandon Price
for this week. For today. Yeah, exactly. So that's why Brandon Price on the 92, he'll be in the premier class on Corey Texter's backup Yamaha. Corey goes up the racetrack. I don't think he wanted to show Jesse the fast way around her. He felt him coming. Now he gets in behind. So the 33, Jesse Janish, goes out in front. He's at the top spot on the leaderboard as well, the 25.207. This is just the first round of practice for everybody.
That's the same times that Super Twins are posting 25.2s.
Pretty close. You're right on the money.
If I'm not mistaken, last year, I think we were posting slower times in the opening practice. So it just shows you tracks faster.
Are you looking at your notes? Or?
I did have that one in my notes.
I love it. This guy came prepared. Janish at the top spot, 25.207. Janish looking pretty good on the Harley-Davidson. Yamaha in second. Harley back there in the third spot. Cam Smith on the Royal Enfield in fourth as the checkered flag comes out. Big P, our flagman out there throwing that checkered flag. So right now, group number 1 is done. It is the 33 of Jesse Janish, 25.207.
First through 7th were just ticks away from each other.
How about all the different brands we got in you know, not only this class but actually all 3 classes.
Right. I love the fact that everybody's involved. It's neat.
Absolutely. There's a look at our first group here in our first round of practice for the production twins. Janish with a 25.207. Coy Texter, Ben Lau, Cam Smith, the Royal Enfield 4th. Nick Armstrong. That's good to see him. He started the season with the
Starts
win,
strong.
and then he's kind of been struggling a little
Right.
bit. I haven't got to talk to him lately. His mustache game is on point.
This guy, he's ready to go. I think it's his secret weapon.
I don't know what the what the trend is in the pits right now, but a lot of them are running the mustaches. I talked to a few of them about it during the pit walk. We'll see that a little bit later on. So later on today, we have an open paddock area from 6 until 6:50. At 7, we're going to do that tribute lap. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But rolling onto the racetrack night right now is group number 2 for Production Twins. You can see them all staged up. It's pretty neat, Tommy, to see Cameron Smith kind of growing up in front of our eyes. You know, he's gone through a couple different rides, and he's earned himself a ride on this Royal Enfield, and he's making full use of it.
I thought he was going to win it 2 weeks ago. He definitely had a nice lead.
Corey put his head down, tracked him down.
Tracked him down.
He sure did.
So, but an impressive first ride for sure.
Absolutely.
On a new mic,
and
new frame.
He's from Pennsylvania, so that's a little bit of confidence boost coming to your home state to race, right?
Right. And again, he grew up on these types of tracks.
This is group number 2, Production Twins. There's the 43. That's the Rocket, James Rispoli. He could be a spoiler out here in the championship. Did you see that thing at the Red Mile, Tom?
Oh, my goodness. It had a lot of horsepower.
Sure did. So he's just developing this bike for Wally Brown Racing. Rispoli actually went road racing in the Super Hooligan road racing last weekend. I think he got a podium. Yeah, podium finish right there.
And Mike O'Neill, who's one of the engineers for Wally Brown, that's on James Rispoli's side there. He's an Ohio boy.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, grew up in Cleveland.
Let's just a little replay right here. Rispoli's getting on the gas a little bit. He caught a little rut, kind of stood him up out of the seat just a little bit. Have you walked up and checked out that motorcycle?
I did. It is
so sleek.
It is very narrow.
Yep.
A lot of custom, but they're running a stock frame on it.
Just a custom swing arm. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Well, custom other parts as well, but yeah, stock frame, custom swing arm. It just seems like it's really narrow. I like that they moved the radiator down a little bit for rider comfort, so it's out of the way for his legs. He's got his hands full today.
Yeah, it's just ripping and gripping.
I think there's a lot of traction out there, but it also may be a little bit greasy, so it's hard to tell from where we're sitting, Tommy. But you know, there's a lot of moisture on the racetrack, that's for sure.
You see it drying out a little bit coming out.
Because that's where they're a little head shake right there. He's going in way up to the high side, up by the air fence. Not room for much air up there. But you can see it's drier up there. You see he's leaving tire tracks.
Right.
White flag. Got one more lap to go. This is group number 2. Still Janish at the top spot, 25.207. Fastest on the racetrack right now is the 94 of Flying Ryan Wells, the 25.626. So 0.4 of a second off of Janish. White flag coming out for a few more riders. Checker flag will come out for the leader.
Look at Mitch. Mitch got a nice run there. 5th fastest.
Harvitt.
Yeah.
Did you see his hair?
No.
He's got RV68
Oh, yes, I did see that.
There's a checkered flag for the 43. And it looks like that's at the 51. No, that's the 62. Dan Bromley working his way up through the pack. Bromley up to second. I just now saw that. 25.314 there on that last lap. We talked to Bromley during the pit walk, too, and he says, hey, I might ride this thing the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
That's it.
Moving to the singles. They're up next out here. One round of practice for the singles riders. After the singles are all done, we'll bring out the Royal Enfields for their first round of practice.
I know Nick Henderson had his hands full building 4 motorcycles.
Ooh, I can't even imagine. That is a lot. Set to go. AMT singles again. Looks like only a couple of them run the 68 plate on the front of this, and they're a lot different on these 450 motocross style motorcycles. But looks like Trent Lowe definitely has a 68 plate on there. Cody Kopp is on the 12, Morgan Mitchell the 13, Dalton Gauthier the 79, Trent Lowe is the 48. I can see him. Aiden Rusev is on the 26. I see the 18 bike showing up back there behind Max. That's his teammate. That is the Killer Whale, Max Whale from Kundu, Australia.
I think that's 106 back there. Chase as well.
Yeah, Chase Sadoff, the Turner Honda boys coming out.
Yeah.
Chase is in the running for the Mobile Rookie of the Year
He's
for this
in
year.
first right now,
He
right?
is leading it right now. Right now it's pretty much between him and Gage Smith in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So Illinois versus Oklahoma.
I met Gage Smith's sponsors, the Red Mile.
Big R.
Nice people.
Yep.
Yes.
Super nice people. Cody Kopp down the back straightaway. 5 wins, including 3 in a row, Tommy. That's impressive.
It is.
At this level, at American Flat Track, to win 3 in a row, it doesn't matter what class, it's still impressive.
Very impressive. I seen his dad, Joe, and him out there looking at the track earlier today. I'm sure his father was coaching him.
Cody Kopp down the back straightaway, stretching out the throttle cables on that number 12 just a little bit, going down the backside. Way up high, it's just twisting the throttle. He looks like he's having fun already.
Yeah.
Tucked in a little bit. He's a big guy, taller guy.
I wonder if there's a height requirement to ride KTMs because you got Maxwell.
Yeah. And Cody, which I think makes for a good teammate combination. You know, honestly.
Setup it should be similar.
Pretty close. A little weight difference possibly. The 2.4.9 first lap. It should be even faster this time. Now he's already been around a couple times. Here we go. Coming to the start finish line. The 12, Cody Kopp.
That's faster than the twins. We had 25 too. He broke the 25 second barrier.
Yep.
Cody.
24.9. That's faster than production twins.
Wow. Track getting faster? Are these boys twisted? Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Track's getting faster.
Yep, I think you're right. There's a look at Trent Lowe on the 48, dropping the bottom side. Look, how about Trevor Bruner? He's the only Yamaha running with this. Why do you think there's just one Yamaha in the singles class this year?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
And he's always there.
And especially after Dallas Daniels winning 2 championships back-to-back the last 2 seasons, you'd think there'd be more Yamahas out there.
You think they'd be out there running? Yeah, for sure.
Down the backside, here comes Trent Lowe. Trevor Bruner, new rider, sneaking a peek up the inside, going up the racetrack. Watch out! The Gautier gets in there a little bit odd. Trent Lowe's like, hey man, what's going on? Hopefully get a replay of that. Checkered flag is out.
To each other.
I think that kind of shocked him a little bit, but I think Dalton got in there a little bit too deep, and I don't think Trent was expecting him to come. I don't think they're going to be too happy with each other. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just practice. Come on. We'll take a look at this replay, Tommy. Tell us what you see. Watch the 79 up the inside.
And he hit a little bump there. It upset him, put him up a little bit higher, and just. They told him he was number 1.
I think so. I think that's a quick number 1 right here. There's no contact right there, but Dalton definitely went up the racetrack.
He spun it up.
Yeah, man. And then Bruner got a little bit sideways coming off that corner right there. Group number 2 is already staged up. The 19 is Ott. 24, that is the Canadian rider. Got on the podium for his first time ever at the last round. Did you see that?
He looked great.
Hunter Bauer.
Yeah.
Gage Smith. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I say he got 3rd.
Absolutely.
He worked his way up to 3rd.
Yeah,
it wasn't like he was there. He earned that race.
Gage Smith, the 113. Kevin Stallings, 99. Travis Pettin, the 82. Brandon Kitchens on the 80. Tyler Raggio, the 55. Jared Lowe's on the 63. Chad Coase on the 49. And the Pennsylvania rider, 119, is Logan McGrain. I'm not sure where the cutoff is, but this is group number 2. AFT singles getting their first round of practice in. I'm not sure if it's slippery wet or slippery. I don't.
It doesn't look wet.
It doesn't. It's interesting. I'd like to go out there and walk on and see what it feels like. A couple different lines starting to form. Grabbing a handful out here. Bauer right there in front of James Ott, the 19. So Ott did really good on a racetrack similar to this when his first made his debut at Texas. He got a 3rd place finish, and he's looking pretty racy right now early on. Bauer goes all the way up that first straightaway wall. And they disappear. If you're sitting in the grandstands, you can't see them.
You're right.
Yeah. I mean, this track's built for sprint cars. Obviously, they have the big wings on top. Look at this battle. Ott goes around the outside. Look at this. James Ott's feeling it on the 19 KTM. Up the inside goes Hunter Bauer, the 24. They call him Showtime.
You know, you say it's just practice, but when you're out there,
you're going for it.
You're going for it, and it also it just helps you mentally. You know, if you can get out there and feel racy right out of the truck, I think it's just you improve the rest of the night.
Well, and if you can go out there and pass somebody, you know, they start kind of spread out a little bit. If you can track somebody down and pass them, that's got to be good for your confidence as well.
No doubt. No doubt.
So 19, James Ott goes all the way up to 5th, and he's bringing with him. Looks like he's bringing the 24 is not quite going up there. He's up there to the 12th, so Hunter Bauer's kind of settled in at the 12th spot. James Ott is up to 19th. Brandon Kitchen also on the racetrack on the Husqvarna. Now Ott goes up to 2nd, Tommy.
Wow.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He looked racy right off the bat. The 19, James Ott from California.
25-1.
Here comes Kitchen up to 3rd, the 80 bike. Call him the Broiler, BK Broiler, you know, Brandon Kitchen.
Right. I love his all black swag.
Yeah, blacked out. Husqvarna doing it for Vance and Hines. Checkered flag is out for the 19 of James Ott. Ott's feeling good. You can see it. Hunter Bauer goes up to 5th on that last lap, so he found some speed. He goes from 12th to 5th on that final lap.
And in theory, this group is not in the point standings as in the first group.
Right.
So, but yet they're turning times that are getting up. So the track looks like it is definitely getting a little bit faster.
Definitely coming around. As you see, some of them are stopping to do a little practice start on the back straightaway. They're told they can do that in the first round of practice and the first round of qualifying, and just one practice start. And I think it's a good move to let them do it on the back straightaway, which is supposed to be similar to the front straightaway, same dirt, but the front straightaway might get in the shade a little bit sooner. But we want to save the good launches and the starting spots on the front straightaway for race time.
Absolutely, and it's neat that they're allowing them to do that. You definitely don't want to go out there blind and just see felt.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're semi.
Group number 3 is getting set to go. Looks like we do have 24 AFT singles. Looks like 63 Jared Lowe, 49 Chad Coast, 119 Logan McGrain, 110 Damon Ream, 91 Justin Jones, 57 Ian Wolf, 176 Jacob Walter. Looks like there might be a couple other bikes out there. I love the look of the First Impressions race team's bikes with those with these dark blue rims.
Right, you definitely can see them.
Yep, absolutely. There goes Jared Lowe's got the 68 on the front. That's Trent Lowe's little big brother.
Little big brother.
Yeah. He's lost like 40 pounds. He's focused now this year on racing more than I think he ever has been.
Yeah. The Lowe family they're all fast.
I used to race against Sam. Used to be national number 48. Now Trent runs the 48 in the singles class. As Jared goes up the inside, gets by Chad Coase. Just a couple of the riders running the 68 plate on the front of these bikes. It looked like, I believe, Logan McGrain actually has the motocross style number 68. Looks like possibly one of Ryan's real plates. Yeah, exactly. We got Tim Hedrich with pro plates made, I think, 60 plates for our competitors here this weekend.
Thank you, Tim.
Absolutely. Chad Coase got a good battle going on with the 68 right here, Trent Lowe. Chad Coase back in 15th, Jared Lowe in 16th, so they might be holding each other up, but you would think they might start pushing each other just a little bit.
Yeah.
But, it seemed like about the third lap has been the fastest lap for the first 2 groups in the singles class.
Usually on a cushion second lap, groove third, fourth lap, right? So you can get a run in.
Yeah, first lap, just take a look around there. I mean, some of these riders have never raced here before, So that first lap, use it to what it's for, practice. Go out there and check it out before you drop the hammer. Royal Enfields are up next. Group number 3 of our AFT singles class. There's the 49 Chad Coase. He's up there in the 14th spot.
He was riding Production Twins last year.
He's riding Production Twins early in the season and got the call to go to the First Impressions race team. He said, heck yeah, I'll jump on board. So maybe had a better deal. Maybe sounded like a better offer. He's actually leading the points or second the points, something like that, Tommy, when the call came and he jumped on it. So must like the ride, must like the opportunity. Checker flag's up. Big Pete throws a checker flag. They're changing the leaderboard actually all the way down to, looks like the 49 Chad Coase, 14th right here in this first round of practice. So it is the 12 by Cody Kopp, your fast qualifier here in practice. Fastest lap, I guess I should say, 24.7, and that's flat out flying.
That is 5 seconds, 5/10 of a second faster than the Super Twins.
Yep, exactly. So again, more seat time. Royal Enfields will be rolling onto the racetrack. What do you think of this last, Tommy? I love it myself.
I walked by the pits earlier today, and all the girls were busy, man. One changing gearing, the other one tightening the chain. Yeah, it is a great program.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, the ladies build their bikes, they race their bikes, they train. Of course, they can go out and get sponsorship, but here they come. I love the different looks of all the different bikes. Some of them look like, like that one looks like an old school Triumph,
right.
Right there with that gas tank on it and stuff like that. But here they come rolling onto the racetrack.
It reflects their personality.
Right, and they can paint them different colors. Looks like they're going to pull up to the line, so maybe a little bit different than the other class, but the numerical order looks like this. The 2 is Alex Bumpus McDonald. The 6 is Mallory Lee. 7 is Mariah Hummer. 8 is Zaria Martins. The 15, Mia Reese. 27 is Neen Cascella. 31, Jill Deshane. 33, J.C. Jones. 46, Kayla Hobart. 57, Stephanie Peets. 81, McKenna Hyatt. 88, Lana McNaughton. 327, Gabby Hughes. 800, Anna Serena. And the 909, Aaron Ferris. So maybe they're going to show them the lights is what they're doing here. So I like it. These ladies are just learning how American flat track works, and so more seat time is good. Bring up to the starting line. This is just practice for you folks that are attending, but the Royal Enfields, these are all female riders out there on bikes that they've built.
And this is what, their second or third race?
I think it's about their third or so. I've got notes around here. You didn't bring that in your notes,
I didn't
Tommy?
bring down my notes.
Golly, you're letting me down. I believe it's their third race with us. I know they're at they're at Volusia. I know they're at I-70. They're giving them they're giving them a chance. So they're going to send them out. Okay, so they let them come out here and get a good start from the lines where they'll be starting from. JC Jones has been on fire in that 33 bike. She's a California rider, a long way from home.
I'm anxious to see what kind of time she has this year.
So again,
I know her time from last year, so that's why that's in my notes.
That's in Tommy's notes. Now he's gonna make me dig in my notes. I know I brought some notes for the Royal Enfield girls, but I haven't broke them out just yet, Tommy. You're kind of quick on the draw over here.
I gotta beat you sometime.
You gotta do something. Where's my watch at, by the way? Golly. You know, last year or 2 years ago, I got to wear the Daytona Rolex, and I felt like that's pretty important.
You wore it for a month.
Yeah, because you forgot to get it back at the end of the race or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I can't remember how
couldn't
that worked
find
out.
you.
Oh, all right, left and went to the hotel. May have gave him the wrong one back. JC Jones at 33, out in front. This is just practice for our Royal Enfield ladies build, train, race program.
I think JC's getting in a tuck.
Some different speeds on the back straightaway. You can see some of them are more comfortable than others right now. 07 out there is just getting up to speed. Mariah Hummer.
28.3.
Okay.
She did a 28.355. Look at a 28.338. She's pretty consistent.
And this
from
is
year to year.
Just the first few laps out here. Here comes the 31, Jill DeShane. She looks like she's getting through the traffic here pretty well. Again, some of these riders have more experience on flat track than others, and it shows. But that's how you get faster, is by going here and doing it.
Seat time.
Absolutely. The 81, Hyatt. She actually finished third in our last round. McKenna Hyatt. She had a good run, second or third. Worked her way towards the front. She had a bad start, got some momentum going.
And it continues to grow because they fielded 15.
Right.
Before
there's only 8 for the first couple seasons, but they are also involved in road racing.
It's a great program.
Look at how they're going 5 wide on the start line. I'm in practice.
And Royal Enfield give them the motorcycle, right?
Yes, they all start with the exact same INT 750 or 650 motorcycle, and then they can make the adjustments and changes to it. Look at that, 28.157 for JC Jones. So she's faster than she was last year, according to Tommy's notes. The 33, JC Jones, taking the checkered flag. That's Jill DeShane right there. She's at a 28.628.
For a street bike, the Himalayas, a friend of mine, Jimmy Accazelli, sells Royal Enfields, and it's a great motorcycle for the money.
Good looking bike, an inexpensive way to get into motorcycling for sure. I
think it's the best twin out there for the money.
Absolutely, and it's getting more riders involved that maybe weren't thinking about getting a motorcycle. You know, with the price of fuel and stuff like that, it's one heck of an option. So it's 28.157 for JC Jones. Already the Super Twins are already staged up and getting ready to come onto the racetrack for their second round of practice. I see you getting your notes ready. What do you got coming up for us over here, Tommy? I mean,
I can't tell you everything.
Oh, you can't give us all the good stuff. Again, most of them run the 68 plate. Looks like Dallas Daniels put his 32 back on the front. They were told they can do it in practice and qualifying, but when we get to the semifinals, we want everybody in the stands to know where their riders are at. You see Smoking Joe Kopp back there. He is the rider coach for the 37 of Bronson Bauman on the latest Motors Harley-Davidson. Look at this. Jared Meese playing little mind games, going out there, is letting Breyer go first, letting Dallas go ahead of him. One group, Super Twins. The one is Jared Meese, 3 are Breyer Bauman on the 3, 32 Dallas Daniels, 95 J.D. Beach, 44 is Robinson, 20 is Jared Vandekoy, 37 Bronson Bauman, 67 Davis Fisher, 52 Shane Extra Bauman, 92 is Brandon Price, 27 Robbie Pearson, the 72 is the Worm, Larry Pegram. Bikes are rolling onto the racetrack. This is their second round of practice. We do have track maintenance coming up right after this one. And they said Robbie Pearson is missing in action. He didn't make it out for this one, so maybe he's saving his Indian for later. So he's been riding his own personal XR 750 the last couple of rounds, so it's good to see him on an Indian again.
I just talked to him just before practice. He was getting ready to start, and he was excited. He was ready to ride Peoria, and he didn't want to bring the Indian back for the first time at Peoria, so he came here, and he said that Ben Evans worked his magic on the motor, and he was excited to race today. So I hope something's not wrong with the the bike.
You see the 37 off the pace in turn 1 and 2 at the bottom of the racetrack. There's a look at Shayna Texter-Bauman, the 52. They call it that mini Indian. Mindian. Have you heard that yet?
No.
They kind of moved the foot pegs around. They kind of lowered some things, got some pullback risers on the handlebars, just to make her feel more comfortable in the seat. That's what it's all about.
And she has been getting better results, faster time.
She's up to 7th right now. So far, early on in this second round of qualifying, here comes your Ohio rider, Jared Vandekoy's up to the top spot, 2:4.874.
They're breaking 25. Look at there.
All right. There's a look at Brandon Price right in front of Shayna Texter-Bauman. We get Price on Corey Texter's personal Yamaha twin.
Brandon Robinson. He goes good on clay tracks.
Absolutely. And he's a Pennsylvania guy.
Yeah.
He goes good on just about everything.
I was just going to say that. Correct
when you
myself.
get to this level, they pretty much all do, right?
Right.
Some of them just feel more comfortable on different tracks than others. And if you find that setup, you get it dialed in. Shayna. Looks like Shayna Texter-Bauman. And she's trying to go by Price on the 92. Price trying to get that thing dialed in. It's got to be hard jumping from different brands and different motorcycles, different teams.
Different frames, right? Different suspensions. It's a new adventure.
Every time.
Yeah.
We had second round of practice for your Mission Super Twins, sponsored by SNS Cycle. The 20 still out. Checkered flag is out. 2:4.661. Pretty quick.
Fast time.
Tommy gets his notes out. 2:4.661 for Captain Chaos, Jared Vandekoy. He's still looking first ever AFT win in the Premier Class, Tommy. It could happen right here tonight.
With the...
Look at Ross is getting a pushback from his big brother, Breyer. He didn't even complete a lap on that 37 bike, so he's like, all right, I'll be okay. Get out and push. So you push with your right one because that left one's got that steel shoe on. You're not going to push very hard with that steel shoe.
Here comes
Moorhead. You raced against that guy, right?
I did. The Finley Flyer.
What was your nickname?
I don't think I had one.
What?
No.
Because I wasn't around.
I will have to say that of all the experts, Steve was a mentor to me. I remember my first DeCoin, my rookie year in '79.
Yeah.
He stuck me on the back of his mini bike, and that's when you were allowed to do pit walks and ride around the track. And
sure.
He took me into one. He says, "I don't want you to shut off." And we rode the mini bike on the line. And he says, "Just follow this line, and don't shut off." He says, you think that the fence is going to come up and get you. He says, but the way the track is, he said, do not shut off.
Wow.
And so that's the first time that I rode the XR wide open. And so I went out there, had third fastest time, and felt great out of the truck with a little words of wisdom from Stevie. And then on my heat race, I led it for 9 3/4 laps, got drafted by Randy Goss at the line, so I got second in my heat race.
Wow.
I was on bottom of the front row, pulled the whole shot in the main event. And back to the heat race, the reason I started getting arm pump from holding it wide open the whole time. It was the first time I ever, my arms experienced that position. And then in the main event, I led the first lap, then second lap, third, and worked my way back to ninth. And then Scotty Parker won his first national. So we had 2 rookies that year, first and ninth in the main event.
That's amazing. Congratulations. That's a good story. We're out here at the Mission Port Royal Half Mile, sponsored by Appalachian Harley-Davidson. First round of practice is in the book. Second round of practice for the Super Twins. We're going to take a quick break, and we come back qualifying round number 1 up next right here at Port Royal.
Multiple lines, draft passing, should be really exciting. So here we go. Oh, this is spectacular. Here in front of a huge crowd in a key race.
An epic battle awaits at Black Hills Speedway in Rapid City, South Dakota for the Black Hills Half Mile on Saturday, August 6th. Get your tickets now at AmericanFlatTrack.com.
Appalachian Harley-Davidson has the largest Harley-Davidson inventory in Central PA. Visit us today. Appalachian Harley-Davidson, where your journey begins.
Speed Sport has been America's motorsports authority since 1934. Get news, results, and commentary from the most connected experts in the business, covering all forms of motorsports from flat track to NASCAR and everything in between. Bookmark speedsport.com on your mobile device now, or follow Speed Sport on social, and be sure to subscribe to the Speed Sport Daily. Speed Sport is your one-stop shop for all things racing on 2 wheels and 4.
There's a feeling understood only by those who twist the throttle. We know it well, and it moves us too. Riding has always been about making connections. It's about connecting with nature, ourselves, and with each other. We connect people to their passion. It's why you've made cycle gear part of your journey for over 45 years. Because motorcycling is more than our livelihood. It's our life.
Riders, let your queries be known.
Yeah, hi. Instead of letting passengers wrap their arms around us, can we put little handles on our jackets?
Deny.
Can you imagine?
I want a new nickname. Can you guys start calling me Snake?
No, Brian.
Denied.
How about we all get quotes to see if we can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer?
Approved.
Cool. Hey, if Brian's not going to be Snake, can I be Snake?
No.
Al Lamb's Dallas Honda is proud to sponsor the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Singles Challenge. It's a winner-take-all, $2,500 dash for cash. Enjoy the fastest and richest 4 laps in AFT singles racing. Al Lamb's Dallas Honda, dallashonda.com.
The 2022 season will see new challenges for Royal Enfield. More racing, more racers, and more energy than ever before. For the first time ever, the Moto Anatomy powered by Royal Enfield team will participate in the full calendar, including the miles and build train race grid expanding to 15 riders and 7 races. More action than ever before. SENA is proud to be the official motorcycle communication system of Progressive American Flat Track. Ride connected with industry-leading mesh and Bluetooth communication systems, plus sound by Harman Kardon speakers and microphone. Head over to the marketplace to demo one of SENA's premium motorcycle communication systems today.
Tom Duma Fine Jewelers is proud to be the official jeweler for our 8th year to Progressive American Flat Track, providing championship rings for each class in 2021. TDFJ wants to be your jeweler. Check us out online for all your jewelry needs, from engagement rings to fashion jewelry to watches, in all price points to fit everyone's budget. Shop like a pro. Shop TDFJ.com.
Klotz Synthetic Lubricants is proud to be the official lubricant of American Flat Track. Family owned and made in America since 1959. Klotz has built its reputation by answering the call of racers and performance enthusiasts who won't settle for anything less than superior synthetic lubricants. Racers and performance buffs around the world rely on Klotz to get them to the checkered flag. Order today at klotzlube.com.
Mobile View has been providing state-of-the-art LED video screens to sporting and special events throughout the U.S. and Canada since 1999. We use our vast experience of thousands of events to help guide the process of finding the right size screen to help make your event a memorable experience for your fans and sponsors. With over 300 World Championship titles, for 44 years, Öhlins advanced suspension technology has been providing the pinnacle of suspension for all areas of motorsports. For road or track, dirt or asphalt, when you choose Öhlins products to elevate your performance, you get Öhlins USA support and service to keep fueling your passion for excellence.
Memphis Shades brings you a whole new level of style when it comes to motorcycle windshields and fairings. The quality, style, and selection set these products apart from the pack. Memphis Shades designs and builds all windshields, fairings, and hardware in-house. Raw materials in, finished goods out. Made in Memphis. Style that works.
Dunlop is proud to be the official tire of Progressive American Flat Track. What we learn from racing is rolled into our production tires, such as the Dunlop K180. A street-legal version of the aggressive DT3 flat track tire. With the K180, street riders can now have the authentic flat track tire experience. No other tire company has won more American motorcycle championships than Dunlop. Race fans, VP Racing Fuels offers a full line of power sports fuels, lubricants, coolants, and appearance products for track and street. From pro racers to weekend warriors, we help riders make more power. Ask your local power sports dealer.
DCT is an automatic transmission. You heard right. The Honda DCT is a fully automatic transmission. For a motorcycle, it'll shift faster than you can, at the right time, right speed, and right RPM. And when you want to shift for yourself, use paddle shifters mounted on the left handlebar. Take a DCT demo on a new Honda Africa Twin and other available models. Schedule your DCT demo right now at Al Lamb's Dallas Honda.
Our main event tonight, we've seen multiple lines, draft passing, should be really exciting. So here we go. Oh, this is spectacular. Here in front of a huge crowd in a key race.
Hey, Washington State race fans. Progressive American Flat Track is back in the state at Castle Rock Race Park on Saturday, August 13th for the Castle Rock TT. Get your tickets now at AmericanFlatTrack.com.
And welcome back to the Mission Port Royal Half Mile, sponsored by Appalachian Harley-Davidson. I'm Scotty Dubler up here in the booth with me, former number 26 and number 62, Tommy Duma, TDFJ.com. Tommy, are you having fun yet?
I am having a blast.
How many notes do you have left over there?
I can't tell you everything.
No, I love it when you stop by the booth. You get a whole different perspective. You know, we've had a few different people stopping by. We had Kobe Carlisle in here.
Yes, he did a great job.
Absolutely.
Man, it was neat because he brings a today racer's perspective.
Right, exactly. He's ridden, in the 450 class. He's ridden in production twins class. He's ridden in the super twins class on different motorcycles. So a whole different perspective than what you or I could give.
Exactly. I enjoyed listening to Colby. He did a great job. Both times he was in the booth.
Absolutely.
So I didn't even think I was going to be able to get a seat now. I thought I was done.
You're on the short list.
The short be removed list.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure about that. So we're supposed to be back on the racetrack at 4:50. So about 2 minutes away. Mission Production Twins is up next, and it's time for qualifying.
This is it. This is time to see who's going to start on that front row.
So how important to you would be qualifying at a racetrack like this?
Well, I can only speak from my experience in the sense that we went out there and it wasn't like practice or when you're running with everybody. Like you said before, it's going to push you or could hold you up.
Right.
But back in the day, we had to go out there one at a time. One at a time. And so you either had a chance to wave that practice off, or you had a second chance. But then if something happened on the second, you popped a chain or just hit a bad spot in the track,
or the track could get slower too. And that's what some people don't think about too. The track goes through several changes from the day we watched it. The singles were just faster than the super twins a few moments ago. Now it's back flip-flop the other way around. But the track does go through several changes. So again, there's transponders on these motorcycles on the fork tube, and so the fastest lap from either round 1 or round 2 of qualifying gets their starting spot in the semifinal.
And it's when you looked at in practice, they top 5 were within 0.5 of a second difference. So the front row makes a big difference.
Production twins rolling onto the racetrack right now. Everybody's trying to qualify in those top 8 spots, put them on the front row of semis. So those top 8 spots are what everybody's shooting for.
Absolutely.
Port Royal, right here, this little bitty town, this racetrack right in the middle of town. How cool is that?
You look at there's houses, churches right there.
Exactly. This is Production Twins. This is their qualifying round number 1. Out there on the racetrack, the number 1 on the side plates, that is Corey Texter on the G&G Racing Yamaha. Behind him is the 33 Jesse Janish. Nick Armstrong's on the 60, Ben Lowes on the 25. Billy Ross has been impressive this season.
He has been coming on.
Absolutely. Everybody's getting some seat time in here. 51 Cole Zabala, 34 Cameron Smith on the Royal Enfield, and the 96 Cody Johncox from Attica, New York. Not too far from you.
This is it's almost like a race on race.
Ben goes way up the racetrack right now, trying to go around the outside. Got his hands full right there around Nick Armstrong. Nope, that is the 16 Nick Armstrong. Yep. Okay, he's got similar leathers now to Zabala on that 51. The old school Yamaha colors, yellow and black, right?
Did you notice the difference there between the two? Where Will went in, backed it in, and Nick kept the wheels in line.
What do you think's faster?
Well, I think the guy in front of him.
The guy making the passes, that's it. Jesse Janish goes to the top spot, 2.5.440. Corey Texter is a close second, 2.5.510. Actually, that's about a half a second between first and second. 0.4 of a second at least.
That's a big gap.
There you go, right there, 2.5.071. Corey's at a 2.5.5. Again, Janish has this the ability to watch where the rider in front of him is going, as somebody to kind of pace off of. I think that's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
This is qualifying round number 1. Janish goes up the racetrack down here in 1 and 2, going way to the long way around the racetrack. Watch out if that wall comes up quick. Corey's running about the middle lane. Jesse's running the high line. I like a couple of different lines are forming. Janish wheeling it around the outside. How hard is it to stay confident, stay true to that high line?
Yeah, well, if you're setting your bike up for that line, then you're almost committed to it. But I like the high line myself, so it was easy to commit.
High, wide, and handsome, right? That's what they say. Janish to the top spot. Again, he was fastest in practice, fastest so far in qualifying at 2.5.071. There are 2 groups of production twins, 19 total riders, 16 of them will make the main event. And there it is, Janish, Corey Texter, Ben Lau, Nick Armstrong. This time it does look like Cameron Smith found the speed. He's at 2.5.8, so maybe they made some changes to the motorcycle, maybe went the wrong direction.
Yeah, it could be for sure.
So it's Harley, Yamaha, Yamaha. I like that. You should write a song like
diversity.
That. Yeah. You can see when the bikes pull off the racetrack, they go straight into the AFT tent over there. They do random checks on different things. Sometimes they check the fuel. Sometimes they check the weight. They, of course, make sure they run the correct tires. Daryl's stringing them into that line over here. And they all got to go through tech. Looks like they're weighing them as they go through off the racetrack. Group number 2 is set to roll onto the racetrack. Look at all the riders from the singles class up here watching what that track's doing.
Yep.
Group 2 rolls onto the racetrack, production twins. Looks like we'll have the 43 of James Rispoli, the 62 Dan Bromley, 15 is Mikey Rush, 77 Jordan Harris on Dan Bromley's Yamaha. 77 Jordan Harris, that's what I just talked about. 94 is Ryan Wells, 22 is Mitch Harvitt, 90 is Brandon Newman, 30 is Brock Schwarzenbacher, and the 16 is Garrett Wilson. Again, for you folks just tuning in on fanschoice.tv or on Facebook, they're running the 68 plates to honor Revan Ryan Barnes. They'll take those off before we get into qualifying and practice and semis. Yep. Is the leathers out there. Looks like it is one of the Memphis Shades Yamahas. It's either Dan Bromley, I believe that is Bromley, the 62. It's hard with all run the same front number plate. Rispoli right behind him. There goes Mikey Rush on the 15 Harley-Davidson. These guys are committed to the high line. Looks like it's drying out a little bit, but it may start taking some rubber out there.
Wow, we got some traction for the wheelie. Yep.
Tommy, I know it's different now than when you were in qualifying, but say when you went out for practice, did you like having somebody in front of you, or did you like to space yourself out a little bit?
I'd like to go out front first.
Yeah.
I try to get out there first.
Okay. Rispoli's going after Dan Bromley. Bromley goes in a little bit lower. Rispoli goes up all the way up to the A-bales. Air fence nowadays.
Oh, I wish I had air fences back in my day.
Absolutely. All right, so this is Tommy Dim up here in the booth with me. Ralph will be along in a little while, and let's bring in for the first time Kristen B. Kristen, how's it going out there?
Oh, guys, it is going great down here. A beautiful day in Harrisburg, PA. Now, something on James Rispoli. When I was talking to the Wally Brown Racing crew earlier in the day, they were telling me just how hard they have to work to get here, to be competitive at every round. This KTM Duke is a brand new bike and race competition, and so every piece and part of this bike, they have to fabricate on their own, down to the shifters. So during the off season, Wally Brown and James Rispoli talked a lot about how they wanted this bike to look, how efficient they needed it to be. And so a lot of the times, James Rispoli would actually draw on a piece of paper how he needed these parts to look and how he wanted them to be. And then when they're placed on the bike, he kind of finally sees these pieces and parts on the bike. But guys, this isn't like an Indian or even some of the Harleys where they can just go to a dealership and pick up an extra part. They are fabricating every part and piece for that bike to be out there on track.
Absolutely. That was Kristen Beat with a pit report down there on the 43 of James Rispoli. Like she said, every piece is fabricated. I know we talked earlier, stock frame. Everything else has been, built purposely just to go racing flat track.
And the Varnes family have been developing the KTM. That's what Ryan was riding as well.
Yep, absolutely. So The 43 pulls off first, James Rispoli. So after qualifying round 1 is Jesse Janich, who is our fast time at 25.071. Corey Texer 25.5. Ben Lau 25.518, just barely off of Corey. James Rispoli is up to 4th in that last group. Dan Brownlee all the way up to 5th.
There you go.
Pretty fast.
Mikey
right
Rush,
there.
6th.
Yep.
Mikey's always in there.
Always in the hunt.
Yep.
He's been doing it for a long time as the singles roll onto the racetrack. Qualifying round 1 for your Parts Unlimited AFT singles class. Rolling onto the racetrack, 3 groups. So we have 24 total entries in this class, the biggest class of the day. Take the fastest 16 riders to the main event. Cody Kopp already up to the high side down here in turns 1 and 2, the long way around on his factory Red Bull KTM. Looks like he's got a couple Turner Hondas chasing him right behind him.
I'm sure they want to watch his lines.
Look how high Kopp just went, way up there by the air fence. That's the highest we've seen anybody. Gautier right there. Michler is there. It's Trent Lowe in the 3rd spot. Brunner in 5th on the racetrack. This is qualifying for you folks just tuning in on fanschoice.tv. Cody Kopp on the 12. Morgan Michler on the 13. Here comes Dalton Gautier. He's going to the high side. He's originally from Pennsylvania. Lives down in Florida now with Bobby down in that area, down by Pensacola. But he's originally from PA.
And he did great here last year.
Absolutely.
I think he won it by about a straightaway.
Yeah.
Production twins.
Production twins, exactly. Him and Michler got a good battle going back here for a second. Looks like they're trying to go in high and come off low a little bit. Some different lines. Right. Usually, so far until this group, we've seen them go in high and stay high, or go in the middle and stay in the middle. Now a couple of these riders going in high, squaring it off a little bit. Looking for the fast way through.
Boy, that wall comes up quick, doesn't it?
Trevor Brunner at the top spot. Now, that didn't last very long. Just as I said that. Now he goes back to the top spot. They're finding it like on the 2nd or 3rd lap, just like we mentioned a few months ago. But yeah, that front straightaway wall comes up in a hurry.
Yes, it does.
And it's a big, tall wall. It's about 6 foot tall, isn't it? Brunner at the top spot. The only Yamaha in this class. 25.275 as the white flag is out. 1 lap to go for singles qualifying round 1. Here comes somebody looking up the inside for the top spot.
Dalton
Gautier going to work on the 12 bike. Kopp back there 3rd on the speed charge. Gautier isn't out the top spot, so Gautier's finding something right here in the last lap coming in. Dalton Gautier 25.269. 2/10 off the production twins. Here they come to the checkered flag. Cody Kopp leads them, but Dalton Gautier even quicker. Kopp's faster. Gautier to the top spot. The 79.25.190. That's quick. Well, let's go check in with Kristen Beat with another Keystone State rider.
Well, Scotty, much like Dalton Gautier, Shayna Texter is also from the state of PA and looking towards this Harrisburg race, guys. I've been so excited to see how Shayna's season has developed as we hit the halfway point. And they've had to make a lot of modifications with the bike as the season has progressed, guys. She is a small rider. She's only 5 feet tall in comparison to a lot of the other riders in the paddock. And so something they've done, sorry, I'm going to walk in front of the camera there, something they've done to the bike, we talked about it in Weed Sport, but they shaved off part of the shroud. Now, she is literally kind of squeezing with the bike right against the frame. So guys, shaving off some of the shroud. And if we go over here to her backup bike, this is the first time I've ever seen this actually on a Super Twin. They added grip tape to her backup bike just to allow her a little bit of extra grip on these Indian motorcycles, guys, because her size being so small and so petite, it makes it hard for her to get that inside grip. Scotty, Tommy, how important is that when you're on the bike?
Well, you have to get the grip, Tommy, and you have... Yeah, let's talk about this, but having that grip on that steering wheel or the gas tank with your legs, you know, sometimes you slide up and down, but she wants to have that feel right between her legs so she can keep that solid.
Absolutely. No, you're actually, as much as your hands are on the handlebar, your legs and your feet are very important. The body position, weighting the motorcycle going into the corner, coming out of the corner. And so, yeah, the feel, the grip is extremely important.
And you know, cutting out some of the air box right there to get it where she can close her legs even tighter to hang on to that motorcycle. I think that's good too, because her legs aren't as long like you and I. They don't reach further up to get more on the gas tank area, which is actually the air box on that Indian.
Absolutely. You look at Shayna's extremely talented racer. And so this year's almost like a development year, not just because of the Indians really developed, but the fact is that they've got to do the setup for her.
Right.
And it's working because her times are getting faster every race. Her finishing positions are getting better. So they're going to get it dialed in. no doubt.
She's getting more and more confident on that motorcycle. James Ott's out there on the 19 right behind. James is the 24. Hunter Bauer on that 24 bike. He's making his way towards the front. Oh, looks like Hunter just caught his foot a little bit right there.
Tacky.
Those little tacky spots, so it's a little bit darker color. That's the tackier part of the track, right?
It's holding a little bit more moisture, right?
Hunter Bauer on the 24 NKR KTM. Chasing James Ott, who's also on the white KTM number 19. California rider, Canadian rider right there on the screen. Take a look at this replay with the 24 catching his foot right here. This is going into turn number 3. Watch his left foot, Tommy. Slide and slide and slide. And then right about here.
Yep.
Right there, that wet spot just caught it. So there's a slippery surface on the bottom of that steel shoe. Sometimes that's not slippery enough.
No, not enough.
That yanks your foot back. That doesn't feel too good.
There's some tracks that are so tacky you can't even put your foot down.
Even doesn't even matter if you just kind of kept it. The foot's out there as like a rigger just to keep it off of the ground, but to keep your weight leaning over.
I believe it was Texas this year that the dirt was so tacky that nobody was putting their foot down.
Exactly. Yeah, you kind of had to two-wheel it, kind of road racing as the checkered flag comes out here. Group number 2 of the AFT singles class. Still Dalton Gauthier at the top spot, 25.190. Cody Kopp is second. Hunter Bauer is third. All right, so the fast time right now is the 79 Dalton Gauthier, originally from PA. Let's check in with Kristen Beat, who is with Dalton Gauthier.
Yeah, the top of his session, Dalton, you turned your season around in 2021 here at Port Royal. After that race, you wrapped up 3 consecutive podium finishes, which was huge for you that season. What is it about this track?
Yeah, I just grew up on tracks like this here in PA. Slick, car track banked, and just keep your momentum up and search for grip pretty much. So, yeah, it definitely plays into my style of tracks, and having all my family out here, all my friends, is definitely is awesome and helps me out when I'm here at the races, knowing everybody's supporting me. So, yeah, I love this track, and I'm having a lot of fun, and when I'm having fun, I'm going fast. So we'll just keep after it and try and make a little bit of adjustments here and there and try and get better.
Dalton, at the beginning of this season, a lot of hype surrounding your return to the singles class as a former champion. But I know from what you've told me, you haven't met your expectations yet. How motivated are you to put yourself back in the game?
Well, I'm very motivated. I know I can do it, and I won a lot of races in this class. So there's this team puts in so much effort, so we want to win really bad. And yeah, it just sucks when we don't put in the results that I'd like. So yeah, this season's been a tough go so far, but I think I'm ready to turn it around.
Ready to turn it around, guys. Do you think he can do it?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. He's looking strong. He's on a good team. He's got good motorcycles. He just hasn't put it all together just yet, but it's coming for sure. It could happen here tonight.
Family has a way to do that, motivate you as well too. If you know you got somebody out there watching you.
Yeah. You're from around this area. You want to do good when you got your friends and family all in attendance. So you want to do good and show what you're made of. 63, Jared Lowe's got his hands full right now. The 49, Chad Coast is right there. Again, this is qualifying round 1 AFT singles. 2 rounds of qualifying for all 3 of the top 3 classes. Jared Lowe looked like he shifted right there almost, didn't it? Did you see that?
No, I was looking at the times.
All right, keep an eye on that. Sometimes they've been shifting these 450s. See if he does it going in the corner. Left foot will shift. No, he just kind of moves a little bit on the bike, I think.
He does. He's jamming the brake a little bit there too with his
right foot. Okay. Dalton Gauthier still what everybody's shooting for. 25.190. The white flag comes out. The 63 Jared Lowe back in 14th right now. 49 Chad Coast right behind him. Chad on the leader's sheets up to 10th place right now with the 25.523. So again, he has somebody to go after down the back straightaway.
Kevin Stallings, 8th fastest.
It's Indianapolis, Indiana rider. Trying to get rid of the bad luck. I talked to him earlier today, and he's had a lot of bad luck. He's trying to get rid of that stuff and try to make his way to a victory. Checkered flag is out. Stallings sitting back in 13th in the point standings. He's usually up there about the top 5. So he's had a rough season so far as the checkered flag flies for our final group of this first round of qualifying for your AFT singles. Up next is your Mission Super Twins qualifying round number 1. We have some Royal Enfields coming back to the racetrack here real soon. 4 classes. A big night of racing out here at Port Royal. Beautiful half mile, banked half mile. Looks like a lot of fun, Tommy.
It is. I'd love to take a little hot lap.
Which bike would you grab?
I would love an Indian.
Just to see what it feels like, huh? Yeah. I'd like to do one of these light little 450s.
We were out, this is a couple years ago, Western Reserve out in Salem, Ohio, and Ben and Evans and Jeffrey Carver came out with the Indian, and I had my 450, and I thought I worked hard to try to get Ben to let me take a lap on that thing, and he let me sit on it. I got to sit on it.
That's it. Yeah.
That was it.
Did you get to clean it too and wipe it down? So it looks like they're switching it up. According to my sheet, we had Mission Super Twins, but the Royal Enfields pull out on the racetrack. 33 right there. J.C. Jones, the 88 Landon McNaughton, 31 Jill DeShane, 6 is Mallory Lee, 8 Zaria Martins, 2 is Alex Bumpus McDonald, 909 Aaron Ferris, 81 McKenna Hyatt, 51 Stephanie Peets, 800 Anna Serena, 27 Neen Cascala, 327 Gabby Hughes, 46 Kayla Hobart, 7 is Mariah Hummer, and the 15 Mia Reese. So again, you can see the different speeds out here. These ladies just getting comfortable on their Royal Enfield Build Trained Race program. JC's just dialed in this year.
There's about, what, 3, I think, that have been from the beginning?
Yeah, 3 or 4 that have been here. Yeah, exactly. I think 3 have been to all of the rounds. And it definitely shows. You know, you can see the different speeds right here, but we're just getting it all figured out. 31 Jill DeShane out there. She's pretty fast. Kind of two-wheeling it in a little bit right here. Don't see any of them slide it in just yet. There's J.C. Jones at 33. Again, she races out there in Paris, California. That's her home track.
And I thought this was a little bit similar to Paris, and I was talking to Nick Armstrong earlier, and he said, no way.
Right.
They're 2 completely different types of clay.
Well, there are actually 2 different Paris racetracks as well out there. There's a Paris short track, which is almost kind of loamy little short track. It's really fast. And then there's the Paris,
3/8 of a mile.
3/8 mile, yeah. They race a lot of sprint cars out there. They do a lot of different things, but, that track, it's shaped similarly, but I think completely different racetrack.
Right, and it definitely gets just a really hard blue notch down at the bottom.
Absolutely. So we're taking a look. Still J.C. Jones 28.339. At the top spot, Jill DeShane up there. Hyatt in the 3rd spot. Zaria Martin. She actually got on the podium earlier. Oh, we got paperwork, Tommy. Woohoo.
It's amazing how JC is 28.339, 28.335, 28.338. I mean, she's
super consistent.
Very consistent.
She goes by Gabby Hughes. Gabby's out there with the Lowry Racing Products. That she dates Jeffrey Lowry. Did you know that?
She's
from Ohio.
That. I did. Yeah, Ohio girl.
Yep.
They got some fancy rims on there as well.
Yeah, beautiful. They do some beautiful stuff with their Lowry Racing Products. J.C. Jones 28.339. So yeah, in her practice, she was at a 157, so it's a little bit slower for her. Maybe the line she runs a little bit slower as the checkered flag comes out. So J.C. Jones looking for another victory out here in that Royal Enfield Build, Train, Race program. Working our way through our practices all done for everybody. It's qualifying time is what we're looking at right here. Royal Enfields. Next time they come on the racetrack will actually be their semifinal. There's a look at how they finished up in qualifying round number 1. J.C. Jones will have the pole for the semifinal, which is coming up a little bit. They have a little bit of abbreviated program. They don't run as many times as the top 3 classes, so the next time they come out will be their semifinal.
And then a main event.
Yep, exactly. And the main event will be a little bit later on, like right after opening ceremonies. Today is at 7. Their main event's right around 8:10 or so, depending on how the track's going and what else is going on the racetrack. So, again, for you folks that are here, the open paddock area, the open pit walk is from 6 until 6:50 p.m. At 7 o'clock, we have a tribute lap. We'll get to more of that to pay tribute to the 68 of Ryan Barnes. His dad will ride a bike out in a little bit. We'll talk more about that when we get closer to it. But some of the bikes still have the 68 number plates back on. Looks like a few of the riders have switched back to their normal front number plates, getting set for tonight's action. This is your Super Twins getting set to roll on the racetrack. The 1 is Jared Meese, 3 is Briar Bauman, 32 Dallas Daniels, 95 J.D. Beach, 44 is Robinson, 20 is Vanderkoy, 37 is Bronson Bauman, 67 Davis Fisher, 52 Shayna Texter Bauman, 92 is Brandon Price, 27 Robbie Pearson, the 72 is Larry Pegram. This is their first round of qualifying. This will get them into their semifinal.
You know, earlier in the pits, I noticed that the Esselstyn team, there's several bikes that both racers have. So maybe they didn't take the plates off. They're riding their other bike, and they just didn't have a plate for it.
Very well possible. So that's a good point, Tommy. So some of them, have a backup bike. Most of them in this class have several bikes back there, but that's a very good point. Might be hopping on that backup bike to see where it stands up. So it looks like almost everybody else on the on the 68 on their front number plate, with the exception of the Essence and Yamaha.
Right.
So maybe they're on their backup bikes for this round. Good point. This is qualifying round of one. Look at this big group of 4 riders right here. I think I'd get separated out from these guys. Bucks Pearson drops to the bottom of the racetrack on that Indian. Look, nobody's ran
been
that
down
low.
there. Yeah, nobody's been down that low.
He said, I'll show you that way around. Chris Carr calls that the mini bike line.
Is that right?
Or sometimes calls it the Rich King line, you know.
It is the quickest way around.
It's the shortest way, for sure.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. That's where the moisture goes down to as well, though, Tommy.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how his numbers are.
Vanderkoy goes up to second. Jeremy at the top spot. Pearson run that bottom lines up to 7th right now at the 2.5.7. About a half a second, 7/10 of a second slower. So it might not be the fast way around. You really got to slow it down to run that low line, though, right?
All right.
And you lose all your corner speed and momentum.
And you just heard Dalton in the interview with Kristen that he said this track's all about momentum, keeping the momentum on.
37, Bronson Bauman. The orange and black latest Motors leathers on.
Yamaha up to second with JD Beach, 25.156.
And his teammate right there in 4th, Dallas Daniels, 25.343. Jared Meese rising to the occasion. It was Vanderkoy quickest in the second round of practice with a 2.4.6. The track's about a half a second slower right now, maybe drying up just a little bit as the white flag comes out here in our first round of Super Twins qualifying.
Jared Meese is a Pennsylvania boy, Keystone State.
Originally from Honeybrook, Pennsylvania. Then he moved to Michigan chasing Nicole, and then they ended up in Florida. Yeah. Not all over the place. Checkered flag is out. First round of qualifying looks like Jared Meese will be at the top spot. 2.5.057. Meese has won 3 races this season so far. Tommy is keeping up with his normal stats.
He's always there. It's sometimes it's his to lose.
Yeah, exactly. But last year he had to earn that #1 plate. He really had to work his way back from deep. A huge points deficit with that injury to his left knee. It was more severe than he led on to, but he's at the top spot right now in qualifying, 2.5.057. That's it for our entire first round of qualifying right out here at the Mission Port Royal Half Mile, sponsored by Appalachian Harley-Davidson. Beautiful day, beautiful weather. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be round number 2 of qualifying. Mission Production Twins are up next, right here. Central Pennsylvania. We'll be back qualifying round number 2 up next.
Our main event tonight, we've seen multiple lines, draft passing, should be really exciting. So here we go. Oh, this is spectacular. Here in front of a huge crowd in a key race.
Hey, Washington State race fans. Progressive American Flat Track is back in the state at Castle Rock Race Park on Saturday, August 13th for the Castle Rock TT. Get your tickets now at AmericanFlatTrack.com.
Speedsport has been America's motorsports authority since 1934. Get news, results, and commentary from the most connected experts in the business, covering all forms of motorsports from flat track to NASCAR and everything in between. Bookmark Speedsport.com on your mobile device now, or follow Speedsport on social, and be sure to subscribe to the Speedsport Daily. Speedsport is your one-stop shop for all things racing on 2 wheels and 4.
Appalachian Harley-Davidson has the largest Harley-Davidson inventory in Central PA. Visit us today. Appalachian Harley-Davidson, where your journey begins.
There's a feeling understood only by those who twist the throttle. We know it well, and it moves us too. Riding has always been about making connections. It's about connecting with nature, ourselves, and with each other. We connect people to their passion. It's why you've made cycle gear part of your journey for over 45 years. Because motorcycling is more than our livelihood. It's our life.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 2.5 years. You've been
Falcon Tires is proud to be the official light truck tire of Progressive American Flat Track. Choosing the right tire for your truck or SUV is critical. And Falcon has you covered, offering highway terrains to all terrains through torture-tested mud terrains. For more information on Falcon's full line of Wild Peak products, please visit us at www.falcontire.com. Kicker Performance Audio is the official sound system of American Flat Track. Kicker's fully stocked line of products includes speakers, amplifiers, and subwoofers for your car and truck stereo systems, as well as those for your boat, side-by-side, and touring motorcycle. Kicker also makes Bluetooth outdoor speakers, over-ear headphones, and earbuds to pair with your favorite mobile device. To learn more or find a dealer, visit kicker.com.
Rev up those taste buds with Mission Foods, a proud sponsor of AFT Super Twins Racing. Mission Foods has you covered with race day recipes that are too fast, too tasty. So grab your favorite Mission products, sit back, and enjoy America's original extreme sport.
Klotz Synthetic Lubricants is proud to be the official lubricant of American Flat Track. Family owned and made in America since 1959. Klotz has built its reputation by answering the call of racers and performance enthusiasts who won't settle for anything less than superior synthetic lubricants. Racers and performance buffs around the world rely on Klotz to get them to the checkered flag. Order today at klotzlube.com. Tired of replacing your battery every year? It's time to buy the world's best lithium battery, the Pulse IPT. With up to 1,200 cranking amps and unmatched reliability, there's no better battery for your bike. Visit Full Spectrum Power in the paddock today or on Instagram, Facebook, and the web. Start something. Power everything.
SolarFit, America's solar team, is a proud sponsor of American Flat Track Racing. Get your complimentary solar analysis today at AmericanFlatTrack.com/SolarFit and let the sun power your home or business for free.
KTM, ready to race.
Al Lamb's Dallas Honda is proud to sponsor the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Singles Challenge. It's a winner-take-all $2,500 dash for cash. Enjoy the fastest and richest 4 laps in AFT singles racing. Al Lamb's Dallas Honda, dallashonda.com.
Seen multiple lines, draft passing, should be really exciting, so here we go. Oh, this is spectacular. Here in front of a huge crowd in a key race.
An epic battle awaits at Black Hills Speedway in Rapid City, South Dakota for the Black Hills Half Mile on Saturday, August 6th. Get your tickets now at AmericanFlatTrack.com.
And welcome back to the Mission Port Royal Half Mile, sponsored by Appalachian Harley-Davidson. We were looking at some of the footage and some of the surrounding area, Tommy, and I saw you actually trying to buy that house across the street on the back straightaway.
Yeah, I just found out that you can get on the racetrack if you live in the neighborhood.
Really?
No. I'd be, like the people that live on golf courses, they sneak on and play golf.
Right.
It'd be beautiful if I lived here. I can sneak on this racetrack.
Right. Yeah. Good luck with that.
But I did hear that they give everybody in the neighborhood 2 free tickets to every race.
I'm looking for a house when I leave here tonight. Well, let's move up here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Right here in this small town of Port Royal, you turn right off of Main Street, turn right, and go right into the pit area. So, such a beautiful facility, such a great historic racetrack, and I'm glad American Flat Track is here for the second time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they need an official jeweler to move into Port Royal, into this neck of the woods. Yeah, you can start. I got it. I got the plan. I'll move up here. I'll be the general manager of TDFJ 2.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll have some fun up here, and we'll be right here by the racetrack.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll save the guest room for you. When we get back onto the racetrack, it'll be our second round of qualifying Mission Production Twins, and then our Parts Unlimited AMC Singles, Mission Super Twins qualifying round number 2, and then our Royal Enfield Build Train Race semifinals. So it looks like they put some more moisture on the racetrack. They got the track crew out there doing some track maintenance. So let's talk about TDFJ. So when's the last time, meaning you, Tommy Dumas, when's the last time you rode a motorcycle? I see all your war wounds are all healed up and everything's good.
Yeah, actually, last weekend, I got my 150.
Yeah.
And I started banging some lefts again.
All right.
By the end of the day, I couldn't lift my left leg, and my tailbone was killing me. And I was just on a 150, but it felt good. That was the first time in 2 years to get back.
At our
place
place in New York?
Yeah. We've got a
little short track?
We do. Well, we will this time. Because we haven't rode it for a while. It was all grass, so we had to get the Bobcat out and resurface it.
Yeah.
But what I did is, I took the 150 and I took it out in second gear.
Okay.
And when it started hitting the rev limiter, that's where we set the turn one, and then on the back straightaway, same thing. So now we got this track, so it's a wide open
150 track,
150 second gear.
All right, I like it,
and it is a lot of fun.
Let's talk about the rookie class of '79 a little bit.
Yes.
I know you're a huge part of that. They've got
Yes.
a tent set up. Charlie Roberts, Verna's over there, Allen's over there. They travel to all the races. They raise money for people that get hurt in our sport or other things like that. They're raising money this weekend to help out the Barnes family with the cost of the funeral and everything that they've gone through this past 2 weeks.
It's been the most money that we've raised in a short amount of time since our inception.
For one
person.
purpose.
Right,
Yeah,
for one person, one
Yes.
purpose, for sure. And it's incredible how the fan base has poured their love and support through financial giving into the charity. 100% of every dollar that goes towards the Varnes donation goes into their pocket.
And, Ralph Shaheen was over there. He bought the flat track book that he's got over there that Ted Ellis wrote, I believe, and there's all kinds of stuff for sale. I haven't made it over to the booth yet. Anything special, or do you know yet what they got going on for today?
I helped Charlie Roberts set it up today, and before I was done, I bought 2 pair of gloves and I bought a set of tires. So I was his first sale today.
Okay.
But
I think Ralph was his second.
They have some really neat Indian swag. Indian has donated some beautiful jackets, and obviously there's a chance to win an R7.
That's beautiful. I want that bike.
It is a sweet looking motorcycle, and the 2 Indian mini bike, electric mini bikes.
Yep. It's pretty cool that Yamaha's got the 2 different skins you can put on it, because it's an anniversary motorcycle, so it has 2 different body kits you can put on it. It is a beautiful bike. It's raffle tickets. You don't have to be present to win. Also, everybody's been told to wear their straw hats to honor Ryan in the crowd, and I know there's a bunch of them in the pit area. And again, they're running that 68 plate during practice and qualifying. They'll put their normal front number plates on when we get into semifinal time.
But it's a great show of respect and love and honor for someone that was fall victim to the sport that we love so much.
Absolutely. When we get back on the racetrack, Production Twins qualifying round number 2 is up next, and they go straight from qualifying into a semifinal. Out of the semifinals, we'll take the top 8 out of the 3 premier classes, and then the next time we see the Royal Enfield ladies, they'll be out here for their semifinal. That will qualify all of them into their main event.
Oh, we have a mission challenge?
We'll have a mission challenge and an Al-Am's Dallas Honda challenge. So there's 2 challenge races for the Super Twins and for the singles.
Very cool. it's always nice to make an extra paycheck.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's awesome. And we still have a heck of a battle going for that Rookie of the Year between Chase Saddle, the 106, and the 113, Gage Smith in that singles class. That is brought to you by Mobile View. So it's, a couple extra ways to make extra bucks.
Absolutely.
Look.
And the point standing is close in all classes, which is really neat.
Very close.
We were halfway?
Yeah, we're right here at the halfway point. Exactly. Halfway through the season. We'll take next weekend off, then we'll head on to Peoria, Illinois. Right, that was coming up next.
I'm going. I have not been back to Peoria since I raced there.
Really?
Yeah, in 81.
After Peoria, we go to Rapid City during the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. After Rapid City, we go to Castle Rock, Sacramento, 2 Springfield miles, Cedar Lake, Wisconsin, and then we wrap up the season in Volusia during Biketoberfest.
That's really very cool.
So we went to Daytona for Bike Week, we went to Laconia for Bike Week, we're going to be for Sturgis for Bike Week, and we're going to Biketoberfest. 4 of our rounds here in the 2022 season are during Bike Fests or rallies.
Sure.
Which is awesome. Get these motorcycle guys involved, the people that may have not normally seen American Flat Track, they have a chance to go in person.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I just...
Built-in crowd.
Absolutely. I wish I could race this racetrack. It's pretty racy looking.
I think that the High Line's going to be the line.
You think so,
I'm calling it.
All right, he's calling the High Line. Tommy Doom up here, former number 26 and number 62.
I just found out that one of my heroes.
Yeah? Ronnie Jones?
No, 62.
Corky Keener.
Corky, I got the number when Corky retired. I got the 62 the next year.
Yep.
But why is my mind going blank? Johnny Goad was national number 62.
Really?
And I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
I should have known that.
We should have. You're supposed to know all the history of your national number. Well, you had 2 of them, so that's a lot to keep track of. That's Tommy Duma up here in the booth, TDFJ.com. Tom Duma Fine Jewelers, the official jeweler of American Flat Track. Track maintenance going on out here at the Mission Port Royal Half Mile, sponsored by Appalachian Harley-Davidson. Check out the marketplace. When we come back, qualifying round number 2 right here from Central Pennsylvania.
This racetrack has turned out, AJ. It is incredible. They can run high, low, middle, anywhere they want. We're talking 8 riders in contention for this right now. The final corner awaits. Look at this track. Briar Bauman's going to have to use the track. Briar Bauman wins 2 years in a row here at Williamsburg.
Something bad, your hands on the wheel, got a sexy touch. It's enough to make me and my Chevy blush. So long. Take it all off of that highway. Turn me on, I'll let you drive, babe. You can take it fast as you want to. Girl, little dirty looks damn good on you. Start me up, Stones on the radio. Girl, I love it when you let go. Don't waste your way in the wrong way. Get off on some 4x4 play.
Parts Unlimited, the people behind We Support the Sport, welcome you to this high-action event. We are proud to join with race fans everywhere in working to ensure that our sport gets bigger and more exciting each season. And you too can support the sport by visiting your local dealer who stocks products from Parts Unlimited. They've got the very best in high-performance parts and accessories and the best support network in the business. Parts Unlimited. We support the sport.
Progressive insures over 5 million boats, motorcycles, and RVs throughout America. Get a quote in under 4 minutes at AmericanFlatTrack.com/progressive to see how much you could save.
Brought to you by Yamaha and its best-in-class lineup of power sports vehicles. For more information on how you too can experience the pinnacle of performance both on and off-road, visit YamahaMotorsports.com. Mobile View has been providing state-of-the-art LED video screens to sporting and special events throughout the U.S. and Canada since 1999. We use our vast experience of thousands of events to help guide the process of finding the right size screen to help make your event a memorable experience for your fans and sponsors. With over 300 World Championship titles, for 44 years, Öhlins advanced suspension technology has been providing the pinnacle of suspension for all areas of motorsports. For road or track, dirt or asphalt, when you choose Öhlins products to elevate your performance, you get Öhlins USA support and service to keep fueling your passion for excellence.
S&S Cycle was born from a passion for racing and has spent over 60 years building high performance for the power sports market. All the while, racing has remained at our core, from the Bonneville Salt Flats to championships in progressive American flat track. S&S is the go-to for high performance on and off the racetrack. Memphis Shades brings you a whole new level of style when it comes to motorcycle windshields and fairings. The quality, style, and selection set these products apart from the pack. Memphis Shades designs and builds all windshields, fairings, and hardware in-house. Raw materials in, finished goods out. Made in Memphis. Style that works.
Dunlop is the official tire of Progressive American Flat Track. We make tires in America for racing and street racing, such as our creditworthy Progressive American Flat Track Spec racing tire, the DT4, and the DT3, which is now the street-legal K180. Learn more about Dunlop tires at dunlopmotorcycletires.com. Race fans, VP Racing Fuels offers a full line of power sports fuels, lubricants, coolants, and appearance products for track and street. From pro racers to weekend warriors, we help riders make more power. Ask your local power sports dealer.
From the flat track to the strip to the street, it's ARP fasteners for your bike. If it's for show or for go, ARP makes the highest quality and most dependable fasteners with strength for performance and good looks. The speed demons of American flat track racing trust ARP for maximum clamping force that leads to victory lane. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com, no matter what you drive.
The darkness is full of demons, hazy creatures who lurk in the shadows, prowling under the cloak of dusk. But we're not demons. We're beasts.
Appalachian Harley-Davidson has the largest Harley-Davidson inventory in Central PA. Visit us today. Appalachian Harley-Davidson, where your journey begins.
And welcome back to the Mission Port Royal Half Mile, sponsored by Appalachian Harley-Davidson. Look at this onboard footage, Tommy. That's when they jump onto the racetrack. Yeah. Look at this on the front straightaway. This is on the rear fender of one of the Turner Racing Hondas. That's cool.
I love that 360 camera. Yep. Front view, back view.
It's the 360. Picking up that left foot, sliding back on the seat, getting that traction on the rear wheel. Let's turn it back around. Let's go down the back straightaway. Pitching up sideways. Look at the banking right here. Dropping to the bottom of the racetrack. That's one quick lap around the Port Royal Half Mile. That looked like fun.
I for sure. And I love the 360 of Shayna Texter that they showed when she was at Lima.
And you can see her face.
The tear-offs.
Yes.
Just getting blasted. Bam, bam, exactly. Bam. That was great. That was great footage here as well. I love that camera.
When we get back onto the racetrack, Mission Production Twins qualifying round number 2. Right now, the time to beat Jesse Janish in the 33 bike at 2:5.071. That is what they're trying to beat. Again, remember the top 8 will be on the front row of 2 semifinals. We'll take the top 8 finishers out of the 2 semifinals into their main event. Steve Moorhead out there checking out the racetrack. He's on that scooter. He'll pull off, and they're going to send him back out. They put some more moisture on the racetrack. Do you think it's going to be faster now, Tommy?
I think so. For sure, because it was getting a little dried up. They were spinning up, coming up. There was actually some dust that was coming out of 4 when before they put the water down. So we'll see.
The Production Twins' first round of practice was a 2:5.207. They got a little faster in qualifying at 2:5.071. We'll see if they can drop it even lower out here. Production Twins is up first. They're all staged up and ready to go. There's a good look at the Mission Food Tent over there on the left side. The AFT semis on the right. That's the tech area. The bikes all report there. They go through a tech inspection before race. And after that last round, it looked like they were all going in there to weigh the motorcycles, make sure they're all at legal weight.
Yeah, keep everybody honest.
One of our friends was disqualified for being about 0.7 of a pound underweight. Do you remember that? Ronnie Jones got disqualified once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good friend of ours. 10 Grand National wins. Ronnie Jones from Oklahoma. Used to be number 16.
16, part of the class of 79.
And friends.
And the longest career, right? 5 decades?
Pretty much made a main event in 5 different decades. I think he's, if he gets another trainer, gets in shape again, we'll see if we can get it 6.
Dan Stanley's coming back, so we'll get Ronnie to. As soon as Charlie Roberts heard that Dan was coming back, Charlie says, I'm coming back.
So he's going to go get an Indian?
I don't know. I think he's trying to talk Tim into getting a Yamaha.
Oh,
I don't know.
All right.
I don't think he's getting anywhere fast.
I think he's found a good spot running that rookie class of 79.
Yes.
Here comes Production Twins, their final round of qualifying. Looks like the top 9 riders pulling on the racetrack. The 1 is Corey Texter, 33, Jesse Janish, 60, Nick Armstrong, 25, Ben Lau, 109, Billy Ross, 51, Cole Zabala, 34, Cameron Smith, 96, Cody Johncox, and 61, the Cisco Kid on the Raffle Racing Kawasaki, Casey Cisco.
Jim,
Torchilla.
I love that raffle racing.
What a story.
Yes.
So if you don't know, he won a Kawasaki Twin off of a raffle from a rider that was trying to get rid of a motorcycle, and that's why he calls his team Raffle Racing.
Perfect.
I talked to Casey earlier today. They have 2 Kawasaki's in the stable today. They do have a Harley-Davidson that they rode at a couple of rounds, so they got a couple different options. And you bring your best weapon to the gunfight, right?
Yeah, sometimes that'll happen when you spend a $20 ticket for a raffle. You're in for several thousands.
Exactly. Then you're invested.
Yeah.
Corey Texter in his final season at his home track out here at the 68 C-Tex. He wants to come away with a win here at Port Royal. He finished up 3rd here last year in the Production Twins class. Dalton Gauthier was the winner. Dallas Daniels was 2nd from Mattoon, Illinois. Now Daniels up there to the Super Twins class, and Dalton in the singles class. So 2 different classes.
Flip-flop.
Yeah, a little bit.
Whoa,
Janish. Wow. He had his hands full right there.
Yeah. Got sideways coming out of 4, and then it caught. And a little pogo.
And he left the throttle on, though. That was the good thing, to pull out of that wild ride he had going. He gets up there next to the guardrail in the back straightaway. That doesn't look like too much fun.
Times.
Yeah, they are right there. Janish to the top spot. 25.309, so it's about 3/10 slower. Man, that wall comes up quick.
Answer your question, the track a little slower.
Jesse really diving deep into turn 1, really pitched it sideways going to that first corner. It's dry up top already, so if they put some moisture down, maybe they put it down low. I don't think anybody's tried the low line, at least none of these front runners are. Now Janish takes a look down there. He's in the wet stuff, a little bit darker dirt. Getting sideways, crossing across the wet spot.
See if it's faster.
Should be a little bit faster lap, I would imagine. Across the start-finish line, no change. Jesse Janish, last time by is a 25.071. I'm sorry, his last lap was a 25.721. His best lap was a 25.309 in this session.
There he goes. Corey.
And again, he has somebody to go after, somebody to judge off of.
And also, try some different lines.
White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Janish pulls that front wheel again, so he's getting traction come off that final corner. Diving in deep, goes way up the racetrack, up to the air fence, about 10 or 15 feet away from it, but it looks pretty close from this angle.
And again, different. Well, Corey's backing in a little bit, but he gets closer, gets on 2 wheels a little bit quicker than Jesse is coming into the corner.
And right there, Corey just went in there. He wanted to see where Jesse was running. He went in there, followed the same line, and Jesse goes way up to the high
Almost
side
hit
again.
the hay bales.
Yeah, those are in a very tough spot, but I'd rather hit a hay bale than a wall, particularly. I don't know. I don't want to hit either one of those 2 right there. That's part of the racetrack. Janish still at the top spot.
Straightaway crashes are not fun.
Nope. Not when you're going full song on a half mile. Janish was up there in the 33 Harley-Davidson. He's still overall our fast qualifier. The 25.071 is fastest in this session, a 25.309. So he's fastest in both the first and the second session. So that's a pretty good night so far for that Vance and Hines Harley-Davidson team.
Now they'll take his time if out of the first qualifying session.
Correct.
If it's faster. So it's the fastest time
from either round 1 or round number 2. And they'll all go back to the pit area, take those 68 number plates off to honor Ryan Barnes. And one rider's pushing his motorcycle back.
Looks like Cam Smith.
That's not good. So his good job, Tommy. Look at you.
And it wasn't because I couldn't see his number. I noticed the cases are a little bit different. The motor shape is different.
I thought it was in your notes over there.
I'm almost out of notes. We're almost out of qualifying. I'm almost out of notes.
Perfect fit. Just like a ring, right?
That's right.
All right. Group number 2 rolling onto the racetrack. 43, James Rispoli. 62 is Dan Bromley. 15 is Mikey Rush. 77 is Jordan Harris on a Yamaha. He's actually riding Dan Bromley's own personal bike. 94 is Ryan Wells. 22 is Mitch Harvitt. 90, Brandon Newman. 30, Brock Schwarzenbacher. And the 16 of Garrett Wilson. Group number 2, final round of qualifying for your production twins. Mikey Rush, the 15, out in front.
He's trying a little high road line.
And right now is the time to do it, right? Yeah. I mean, might as well do it when it's qualifying, when it's not a semifinal, see if it works for later. That's how he went in lower, went up the racetrack a little bit. With that momentum, it just carries you up the racetrack sometimes.
Right, he tried it 3 and 4. See if he does it again.
He's got a good mechanic in his pit area, Dave Atherton.
Great racer in his day as well.
Kevin Atherton's father. Mikey Rush in front. Rispoli right there behind him on those bright orange and blue leathers. Now Mikey Rush on the middle line, kicking up a little bit of dust. That looked like a smooth turn 1 and 2 from Mikey Rush. He went up to 7th on that last lap. Let's see if this one's any faster as the 43 going to the high side all the way up by the air fence. That looked like a really good lap for Mikey Rush.
25.9, 7th.
Changes, hasn't updated yet, hasn't moved. So his last time was 26.046. So not quite faster, just looked like a really smooth, quick lap. Rispoli's tracking him down actually on the 43 bike here in this second round. Rispoli's 4th overall right now. That last time by was a 25.667 for Rispoli. You really see the 15 Mikey Rush really chopping that throttle going up into turn number 1. Grab a handful of throttle and take it down the back straightaway. Let's take a look at Rispoli here on this replay. He's up on the high side, Tommy.
Yeah, like this. Getting there sideways.
Oh, that was actually Mikey Rush down below. Rispoli was up in the high line. Looked like the 15 of Mikey Rush had his hands full right there coming through 3 and 4 last time by.
Right in the middle of the apex, he caught some traction and pulled the front wheel.
Lifted that front wheel off the ground. And that's allowed the 43 of Mikey Rush to, I'm sorry, the 43 of Rispoli to track him down. Up the inside goes the 43, trying to make the slide job pass. Mikey Rush trying to retaliate, coming from the high side to the low side. White flag comes out. I like it. We got some high-low racing going on in this practice session.
They're chasing Jesse.
White flag is out. Rispoli up to 3rd overall in this session. Actually, that's qualifying round number 2, so it's a 25.584. Wow, Rispoli almost got in the backside of Rush. I don't think he was expecting him to chop it off and go to the bottom of the racetrack. Rush looking for a quick way around. Rispoli had his hands full over there in turn number 4. Once again, watch out for that wall. Man, it comes up quick. Checkered flag out here in group number 2. So it's going to be Janish with your quick time. He's quickest in the first round and quickest in round number 2, 25.309. We talked about Charlie Roberts just a few moments ago, who's the head of rookies of 79. Kristen Beat is down there with him right now.
I'm standing by with Charlie Roberts, the rookies of 79. Charlie, what is the raffle item this week?
Today we're going to be raffling off this beautiful, actual American Flat Track VP Racing flag, and it's signed by everybody in the paddock, including some past greats like Chris Carr and others. Tickets will be available at the rookies tent behind the grandstand, and I'll also be walking through the stands as I always do. Tickets are $5 for one chance, or 5 chances for only $20. And remember, all the money goes to support the injured in our sport. Thank you.
All right, coming up next is your Parts Unlimited. AFT Singles, sponsored by Kicker Performance Audio. Here they come onto the racetrack. The 12 is Cody Kopp, 13 Morgan Missler, 79 Dalton Gauthier, 48 Trent Lowe, 21 Trevor Bruner, 18 Maxwell, 106 Chase Setup, and the 26 Aiden Roos Evans. It's their final chance to qualify. There's a bunch of them out there, Tommy, in this class. 24 total entries.
Everybody makes it to the semi.
Absolutely. It almost looked like Cody downshifted going into turn 3 right there. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if they have set that motorcycle up to shift the motorcycle. They've been doing that a little bit more lately than they have in the past. Didn't see him downshift going into 1. Maybe just trying to get in the proper gears. He come off the turn number 2. Cody Kopp on the 12 Red Bull KTM.
Yeah.
Back in, stepping out just a little bit, coming off that corner back there.
It's a little dry.
And Cody Kopp's on fire this season. 3 in a row.
Yeah. Points lead. Healthy.
Question coming in from the truck, Tommy.
I'm ready.
So coming onto the front straightaway, the track inches is right there, and they're coming up really close to it right there, coming off of turn number 4. Does that drive you crazy as a rider? Do you even think about it, Tommy?
Yeah, you don't even think about it. When you're coming in there, you're obviously, if you get up close to it once, you don't want to go back again, but it's something that leaves your mind immediately.
You just kind of tune it out.
Yeah, you're focused on, you're already focused on the next corner.
So you're looking past it, not even concentrating on it. You just let the bike do what it's going to do. Man, Cody Kopp is way up the racetrack. Look how he's high. He's running higher than anybody down here in 3 and 4, especially. Trevor Brenner to the top spot here in this round, a 2.5.611, but that's still a half a second slower than that first round. But Brunner showing some speed here in round number 2.
Chase Sadoff just went up to second, 25.661.
5/10 of a second?
Yeah.
25.611, 25.661, 5/100ths of a second slower. Wow. This is just
That'd
round
be the
number
same.
2.
I'd call that a tie.
Pretty dang close, a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Less than a blink of an eye. Now Dalton Gauthier goes up to second here in round number 2. Chase that up to third. Cody Kopp is now fourth, a 25.67 here in this second final round of qualifying for your Parts Unlimited AMT singles class.
Well, this first group from first to 8th, look at the times from 25.6 to 26.0.
4/10.
That's all
less
very
than 4
close,
tenths.
right?
About 3.1 of a second between first and 8th here on the racetrack. Dalton Gauthier still has a quick time from that first round, a 25.19, so it's about a half a second slower. I think it's drying out a little bit. The sun is out for the first time today. I think that's what it is.
It's big cloudy.
Yep. Dalton drops to the bottom of the racetrack on his Turner Racing Progressive Insurance Honda. What'd you see?
Cody was bike got upset a little bit.
Checkered flag is out here in this second round of qualifying. 25.611 for Trevor Brunner. He's currently 5th overall. That's a half a second slower than Dalton was in that first round of qualifying. The time to beat right now in the singles, 25.190. We're going to take a look at something beautiful. Is all we got from the truck. Morgan Mishler. Sliding it in into turn 3, getting it sideways. That's old school right there. Getting it sideways, grabbing a handful. He'll put that foot up right about now and slide his weight to the rear of the seat and get that traction all the way over that rear wheel. That is beautiful flat track. That's poetry in motion.
That's what keeps you coming back week after week.
Absolutely.
Lap after lap. That feeling.
The truck says just like golf, you do that one lap perfect, brings you back to the next race. It's like when you hit a perfect golf shot, brings you back to the next round.
That's right.
Group number 2 is on the racetrack. 19 is James Ott, 24 Hunter Bauer, 113 Gage Smith, 99 Kevin Stallings, 82 Travis Pett in the 4th, 80s Brandon Kitchen, the 55 Tyler Raggio. Green flag is out. Big P is our flagman. Did you see his shirt? Big picture of Ryan Barnes.
I did.
That's pretty cool. Some dark clouds looming out there behind turn number 1. Trying to keep it cool out here for us. Hot right there. Looks like he's feeling pretty comfortable. There's Hunter Bauer. He's got the momentum train going. He got his first podium at Weed Sport 2 weeks ago. Oh, man, he went way up the racetrack. He didn't lose very much time, though. He's right there close to Ott.
These guys went at it in the first qualifying session as well, and Ott had the better of the two outcomes.
Ott's running a little bit.
Look at this. They're close.
Yeah, right there in the middle of the racetrack, there's a little bit more moisture, but it's a little bit hard to commit to that area. Sometimes they're going in higher above it. Sometimes they're going in lower. Sometimes they're crossing through it. Ott is right there on the 19. We'll take a look at a replay. 19 on the bottom. Hunter goes to the high side. Watch him go. Gets a little bit sideways right there, and the momentum carries him all the way up to the high side of the racetrack. We'll take another look at it. This is a different camera view. Again, hitting that wet spot right in the middle, kind of upset the motorcycle, Tommy.
Right.
And then he's just hanging on to it, trying to keep it off that wall.
It got its wheels in line and just kept tracking to the outside. In that situation, there's nothing. You can't pull that back down.
James Ott up to second right here in this second round of qualifying, 2.5.641. James Ott on the 19. That puts him in 5th overall still, though.
Front row.
Front row, good enough for a good starting spot for that semifinal. This is group number 2 of your AFT singles. Round number 2 of qualifying for you folks just tuning in on Facebook or on fanschoice.tv. Welcome. Or if your folks are just getting here to the Speedway for our second round of qualifying for all of our classes. Super Twins are next. Then our Royal Enfield Build Train Race semifinals right after that. Ott's looking pretty racy tonight, yes. Tommy. Whoa, there it goes. The second place rider all the way up to the air fence. White flag is out. One lap to go. Yeah, it was. Hunter's kind of pushing it a little bit. And sometimes some of the riders told me this is a racetrack that sometimes you have to slow down to go fast.
I was talking to Brandon Price earlier today, and I said, what was your secret last year? He said, just throttle control. You got to go slow to go fast.
Sometimes drag that rear brake. Brandon Price ran second here last year.
Led it for most of the time.
He sure did. He had a good season last year, kind of a breakout year for him.
Yes.
He's kind of had a few different ride choices. Watch out, Bauer up to the wall one more time on that 24 bike. He's getting his money's worth over there, turn number 4.
Choosing the whole racetrack.
Absolutely. Check the flags out. That's group number 2 of your AFT singles. Here in this second round, it's still been... Wait for the times to come up, but still right now the overall qualifier is the 79 Dalton Gauthier, the 25.19. The track's about a half a second slower than that first round, so it's slowing down just a little bit as the sun is out, drying out that racetrack just a little bit. Dalton Gauthier still at the top spot. Cody Kopp is in second. Hunter Bauer is still 3rd overall. Trevor Bruner is 4th. James Ott is 5th overall. Morgan Mishler is 6th. Maxwell, Kevin Stallings, and Aiden Roos 7th. And Chad Coast rounding out your top 10. He is just now rolling on the racetrack. Group number 3 pulling on the racetrack now. 63 is Jared Lowe. 49 Chad Coast. 119 the kid Logan McGrain. 110 is Damon Ream. 91 Justin Jones. 57 Ian Wolf. And the 176 Jacob Walter. This is the final group of qualifying for your AFT singles class.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Damon Reel had his first AFT race last year at Weedsport, which was just about 1 year ago, and he did fairly well for his first time out there.
He did very well for the Waters Auto Body KTM team, and now he's back on the Waters bike for this week.
Right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Damon Ream on the 110 bike.
Dave and Rhonda, good people.
They're from upstate New York. Yep. They always like helping the up-and-comers or the next riders to progress through the American flat track ranks.
They have helped a lot of privateers and those that have gone on to had great success.
Also, the 82 rides for him, Travis Petton. One of the riders caught a
good
drive coming up in turn number 2 and wheelied down the back straightaway. That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
That means you're hooked up. Chad Coast right there in the first impression race team Honda. Again, with those beautiful blue rims. They're easy to find. There are 4 riders on that team. They're always easy to find out there on the racetrack.
So my mother would never let me get a custom helmet. I only had to wear white because no one else wore just a white helmet.
So your dad could find you? Or?
My mother.
Oh, your mother could find you.
Yeah, she could find me.
I gotcha. So Trevor Bruner still fastest here in this second round, but Bruner's currently 4th overall quickest, so they're getting the track slowing down just a little bit. There's 91 Justin Jones. That's another one of those first impression Hondas. He's the one pulling the front wheel, getting that traction over that rear wheel, getting hooked up, and that front wheel comes off the ground a couple times. My dad always told me you're faster on 1 wheel than 2 wheels.
Is that right?
I don't know. I don't know how true that is, but you got to put that front wheel down at some point to turn, right?
Yes, you do.
Good battle deeper in the field. Logan McGrain trying the bottom line. Ian Wolf, Ohio rider. The 57 bike was 157 last year. I think he's about 6'3", if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the taller riders.
Him and Max
Whale, pretty tall.
Top competition for the tallest riders out there.
It used to always pay off to be the smallest or shortest rider. Now it doesn't seem to matter as much anymore.
Well, Shayna was in the singles class there. I think her weight.
She definitely had an advantage.
Yes, I think it did help her.
She also was flying. She's a very talented racer. McGrain's got his hands full to 57 Ian Wolf. McGrane's back in 21st overall. Ian Wolf is 22nd, but they're battling like they're battling for the win. That's what you got to do, Tommy.
Yes.
To get better, you got to go out here and you got to try different lines. You got to race with your competition. Both these two youngsters are just coming through the ranks.
This is Ian's second
season.
Right, first full season.
Correct.
I think he started halfway through.
Last year, number 157 as the white flag is out. Looks like Bruner's going to end up the overall fast time here in round number 2, but not the overall qualifier. It's going to be the 79 Dalton Gauthier. So their laps in. This is just about it for your AFT singles class. AFT singles sponsored by Kicker Performance Audio. There's the checkered flag. Big PR flagman. Raymond Rizzo is the assistant flagman. We're in his trailer right now. This is the studio for this weekend. FindingTheFinish.com trailer. You can be part of the pit crew if you want to help to donate to help get Raymond Rizzo to all the races. FindingTheFinish.com for more information about Raymond Rizzo. That is it for our singles qualifying.
In the books.
In the books. Up next, Mission Super Twins, their final round of qualifying. So the overall fast time in singles is the 79 Dalton Gauthier. His quickest time was in the first round of qualifying at 25.190. Cody Kopp is second. Hunter Bowers third. Trevor Bruner up there fourth. James Ott is fifth. So Honda, KTM, Yamaha, and KTM up there in the top 5 spots.
Very cool to have all the different brands involved.
Absolutely. Super Twins are already staged up and ready to go for their final round of qualifying. And then after that, we'll have our first race of the night. It'll be the Royal Enfield Build Train Race semifinal as the Super Twins roll on to the racetrack. 1 is Jared Meese, 3 Briar Bauman, 32 Dallas Daniels, 95 JD Beach, 44 is Brandon Robinson, the 20 by Jared Vanderkoy, 37 Bronson Bauman, 67 Davis Fisher, 52 Shayna Texter Bauman, 92 Brandon Price on the borrowed Yamaha motorcycle, 27 Robbie Pearson on an Indian, and 72 Larry Pegram also on an Indian motorcycle. Final round of qualifying. Looks like the 3's putting his head down out there. Briar Bauman goes in high, comes off low, gets right in that little wet spot. He takes a look over his shoulder. That's Briar. Factory Indian motorcycle, Progressive Insurance on the 3 bike.
Starting to get a little rubber laid down.
It sure is. Briar actually took the win here last year. I don't see that in your notes over here, Tommy. What, are you slacking on me or what are you doing?
I didn't turn the page. Look at there's all these other notes. Got it.
Look at these
I'm
Yamahas.
so glued to the screen here watching.
Look at these 2 Yamahas right here. 95 JD Beach, the 32's Dallas Daniels. Working on some things together, kind of pushing themselves a little bit. Brandon Robinson goes to the top spot, 25.718. So they're 7/10 slower than they were earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, we were at 24.
It's amazing what happens when the sun comes out. 32, Dallas Daniels looking up the inside of his teammate. JD leaves it on a little bit longer going into turn number 1. Now Meese goes to the top spot, 25.705. Meese was fastest in the first round with a 25.057.
Robbie Pearson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bugs goes to the top spot, the 27. The leader of the FBI, the Fast Boys from Illinois, goes to the top spot. 27. He's got the yellow leathers on, just went into turn number 3. It's hard to find them with they're all running the 68 plates on the front. But Robbie Pearson with a 25.5 is the quickest on the racetrack right now. Briar's into second, 25.599. Pearson's running the bottom of the racetrack. He's on the very low line up against the inside wall. The 27, there he goes, just by us right here. There's the 37 of Bronson. Look out, that back tire is squatting, and right in front of him is Pearson. So these 2 right here run the bottom of the racetrack. That's Bronson right there on the 37. Right in front of him is Robbie Pearson on the 27. He's got the bright yellow on the leathers. There we go. Pearson's still the fastest on the racetrack, trying the bottom line.
Oh, they're all following now.
Well, why not?
Yeah, let's try. Well, they're not knowing the times,
but they can see him pulling away from him, right? How hard is it when you're set up and you're mentally ready to run the high line, and you see somebody going faster on the bottom? How hard is it to shift gears, kind of so to speak, and go to the bottom?
Yeah, there's many times that I should have changed my line and I didn't, and you think it's gonna work. It's gonna work next time, and you don't. But yeah, it's smart to change the lines and keep chasing the track and see where you can go faster.
And that applies all night long. I know it's hard to do when you're set up for the top of the racetrack and you see somebody going faster on the bottom, but at some point you have to go down there and see if you can go fast too.
That's it. You gotta try. Follow the leader.
Pearson fastest right now on the racetrack. He goes up the racetrack a little bit, opens up the door for the 37 of Bronson Bauman. Checkered flag is out. Robbie Pearson quickest here in this round, a 2:5.533. Again, we're about a half a second slower than that first round, but that's got to be a good feeling for Bugs.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Wow. I'm going to write that one down. A 2.7 with the fastest lap out here. He's currently 7th overall, but a 2.5.553. 2.5.553. So again, half a second slower than that first round, but it's got to be a good feeling for Robbie Pearson on that 27 bike. 37 is going off into the pit area right now as well. So that is it for qualifying for your Super Twins. Up next will be our Royal Enfield Build Train Race semifinal. We'll take all these riders into their main event. So they're getting set to go. On the poles at 33, J.C. Jones. She's from Fallbrook, California. 31, Jill DeShane. 81, McKenna Hyatt. 8, Zaria Martins from Wisconsin. Row 2, 57, Stephanie Peets. 909, Aaron Ferris. 2 is Alex Bumpus McDonald. The 6 is Mallory Lee from Buda, Texas. Row 3, 88, Lana McNaughton. 27, Neen Cascala. 46, Kayla Hobart. 800, Anna Serena. And row 4 is the 327, Gabby Hughes. 15 is Mia Reese. And the 7, Mariah Hummer. So they're getting one lap to put a little heat in their tires. We'll stage them up. We're going to turn them loose. This is their semifinal. This will get their starting lineup for the main event. So JC's the first one back around. She's already hard on the brakes. I like, it's pretty much almost a full siding lap to put a little heat in those tires, and that's important, especially for these young ladies to come out here and do battle. And it's race time now, Tommy.
And like you said, the track is always changing, so it changed from the last time that they were out there, so it gives them a little bit, some track time to see where they may want to go on the start.
Ricky Rackman's tuned in at home, says Tommy's doing a great job.
Oh, my man,
He's
Ricky.
nailing it. I agree with you, Ricky. Tommy's doing a fabulous job up here in the booth, helping me out during practice and qualifying. First race of the night, it's the Royal Enfield Build Train Race program, and they're getting set to go.
I love the full field there. Look at that. It's
Bunch
awesome.
of bikes. 15 bikes going to make the start of this one. Getting set to go. Don't have a lap count here in front of me, so there looks like Big P is showing them 6 laps around. Dale Brentlinger, the assistant starter down there, lining them up. Here we go. Watch the light. The Christmas tree has a red, 2 yellows, and a green. When it grows green, the clutches are coming out. Oh, JC got sideways. Watch out. Everybody gets around. Uh-oh, the 31's down. That's Jill DeShane. They are still racing, so we race until we see a red or a checker. She did make an attempt for the start. Here's the battle for the lead. Zaria Martins goes to the high side. J.C. Jones drops to the bottom of the racetrack. Again, flat track, we race until we see red or a checker. Here they come up 4. Green flag's waving. J.C. Jones goes into the lead. She's got Zaria Martins right there in second. The 81 of Hyatt is right there in the 3rd spot. Look at the 2 different lines. The second place rider goes to the high side, dropping to the bottom of the racetrack. JC's even tucked in.
Oh, the top 2, they're racing.
Zaria is a lot younger. She's one of the up-and-coming females from Wisconsin. JC Jones. JC's got her hands full in the 33. She hangs on to it. Good save right there by JC Jones. Again, the different track conditions kind of upsets the wheels, right, Tommy?
Upsets the suspension, and on the rebound, it's like a big pogo stick.
Take a look at the replay of the start here on the Mobile View big screen here at Port Royal. Watch the 33, gets it sideways. Looks like the clutch came out, and she goes and catches the front wheel of the 31. Gabby Hughes does a good job right there. Just barely catches that motorcycle. She's looking to shift that bike, and now they get all going the same direction. Here comes Zaria Martins. She's going to the high side, looking for the lead on the number 8 motorcycle, 08 to be exact. 33 is out front. Here comes Zaria on the move on the 08. She's liking that high line, Tommy.
I see that.
There you go. The long way around. Battle's on for the top spot.
She's just going up and touching the wet stuff and coming back down.
They're catching up to the back markers, so lap traffic will be a factor here real soon. J.C. Jones, Zaria Martins trying to decide the winner of this semifinal. She's running right there in the wet stuff, a little bit darker racetrack dirt, getting a little bit more traction. They're catching up to the 07 of Hummer.
We'll see who can get through the traffic.
There you go. She makes it around. Here comes Zarya around the outside. The long way around. Here they come. Blue flag's out for 2 other riders. That means to hold your line. Faster riders are coming through, so you got to hold your line. Man.
Yeah, it doesn't mean move over.
That is correct. It means hold your line, stay consistent, don't make any sudden movements. Around this other lap rider down the back straightaway, that's the 15 bike getting out of the way or trying to hold her line. Mia Reese on the 15 bike. 33, still your leader. JC Jones from Fallbrook, California. White flag is coming out. No, that's the checkered flag is already out. Zarya will come up a little bit short here in semifinal race for the Royal Enfield Build Train Race program. The rest of the riders coming across the line. The 33 will take the win. Looks like she's still with the full song down the back straight. I don't know if she saw that checkered flag or not. She's still going for it. That was the checkered flag. JC's still on the gas. She's not slowing down. No. Yeah. Just like the sprint car race, taking that full extra lap to slow down. There's your winner right there. JC Jones already took the checkered flag. Zarya Martins is second. McKenna Hyatt is third. Alex Bumpus McDonald is fourth. And Lana McDoughton rounds out your top 5. That was our Royal Enfield Build Train Race program. I love it. JC's looking back. She's like, where is everybody?
How did I get last?
How did I get last place? There's nobody else behind me. No, when you're racing out there, going through that traffic, sometimes you don't see the white flag or the checkered flag.
Have you ever pulled off when you thought it was a checkered? Has that
I
ever
saw
happened
the
to you?
white. I pulled off one time. I can't even remember where it was, but yeah, it does happen occasionally. How about you?
I don't think that's happened.
Man,
I don't know. I'd have to get somebody with a better memory than me.
I was going to say, I'll probably have to ask my dad if I ever did that, because he remembers more than I do. But
I won't admit it.
There you go. Exactly. It's not in your notes, right? That has been Tommy Doom up here in the booth. We appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
We're going to have an open paddock for you folks to come on down to the pits here in just a moment from 6 until 6:50. So the pits are going to be open here real soon. At 6:50, we'll ask you to leave. Also, if you're tuned in at home, it's about time to switch on over to fanschoice.tv. The pit walk is about to be open 6 to 6:50. Opening ceremony is at 7. Tommy Duma, thanks for stopping by. I'm Scotty Dibbler. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back at 7 o'clock with opening ceremonies from right here at Port Royal.
Our main event tonight, we've seen multiple lines, draft passing. Should be really exciting, so here we go. Oh, this is spectacular. Here in front of a huge crowd in a key race.
Hey, Washington State race fans. Progressive American Flat Track is back in the state at Castle Rock Race Park on Saturday, August 13th for the Castle Rock TT. Get your tickets now at AmericanFlatTrack.com.
Let your queries be known.
Yeah, hi. Instead of letting passengers wrap their arms around us, can we put little handles on our jackets?
Deny.
Can you imagine?
I want a new nickname. Can you guys start calling me Snake?
No, Brian.
Denied.
How about we all get quotes to see if we can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer?
Approved.
Cool. Hey, if Brian's not going to be Snake, can I be Snake?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 2.5 years. You've been bidding. You've been putting in 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 offers. Nothing. You've had escalation clauses, up the yin-yang. But today, it's baseball. It's your time, buyers. It's your time at bat. That's right. You now have choice. There's more homes on the market. It's your time to get up, to take a look, to give us a call at 941-219-5659.